Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Can you hear that, Sam? Okay, fine. Well, that was the first part of it, and that didn't work. Oh, no, I know why. Sam, can we try it again? How about if I take the mute off? Does this work?
That might work.
That might help.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
We can't. We'll just let it play. Can you let us know when it's done, please? Thank you.
Shirley would gulp down her breakfast, shut the fridge and join the throng. Margaret Beatty snatched the milk and scanned the news and went along. Annie Harris drew the curtains, screwed her eyes up, had a peep, saw the marchers, heard their voices making early morning noises, stumbled back to bed and tried to sleep. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world. Shuffling through the cold black morning went the marchers, spirits low, grunting greetings, grimly pressing on to where they had to go. When the sun came up, they brightened, stopped to have their thermos brew. Annie Harris got up gladly, pondered for a little sadly, then got on with what she had to do. So come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world. At their target, numbers swollen, up the marchers' banners go, chanting, shouting out with leaflets, protest for everyone to know.
You're getting it in one ear, right?
Yeah.
Sit in front of all the traffic, harried, busy, shopping wives, try to stir their ostrich notions, whip them up to wild emotions, put some fire into their wretched lives. So come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world.
Order 3.5.
Shirley Woods was dragged, still sitting by a policeman from the road. Margaret Beatty had her face slapped by a man she tried to goad. Annie Harris in the office, paused in typing, thought of Don, glanced again at his last letter, died for others to live better, brushed away a tear and carried on. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change. We're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise.
Here we go.
When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change.
Oh! Come with us. Run with us. We're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange the world. Good evening, dear listener. Welcome to the Late Night Alternative, Mondays to Fridays from 10. Or should I say, it's the Catherine Boyle Show.
Yeah, it should have been, yeah, but someone gate crashed it.
Well, no.
Well, I gate crashed your home first, so I guess it's
We're
equal.
doing the show in my house. Sam, can I just check a couple of technical things, because we're doing it I'm looking over there as though he's over there. We're doing it slightly differently. Did that music sound okay, Samantha?
Yeah, sounded fab.
Oh.
Flipping heck, he's coming out of the computer. That's the weirdest thing. I have
Echo.
no idea. Don't, because the kids are upstairs asleep. You'll scare them. And we're sounding okay, are we?
Yeah.
Beautiful, lovely, thank you. All right, there we go. 0344. Do you mind if I do the show with you on Fridays from now on?
I'd love it.
Can we? Let's keep the beds. Let's keep the Catherine Boyle beds, shall we? Shall we do it? Do that?
I mean, they made them up specially. It'd seem a shame not to.
Not to use them. Slowly we move towards the 21st century with this setup in my living room. We now have separate microphones. We have a mixer. Catherine, if you speak,
Yo.
I can turn you off.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, I got power. But we've got to be quiet because my kids... Are you okay, kids? Yeah. There we go. They're upstairs. A little bit grumpy that I sent them to bed and I didn't have time to... Anyway, so the kids are here. This is the future we're living in. Let's take some calls. Let's go. I think I can do this on here. Let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Hiya, boss. I'm a bit confused.
Oh, hang on a second. No. This is unacceptable.
We can't have the callers over there.
This is unacceptable behaviour. The callers are coming out of the thing. No, turn Alan's fader down, please, for a second. Catherine, if you could... But please, for the love of God, Sam, turn Alan's fader down. Catherine, why don't you tell the listeners what we're doing while I have a little fiddle?
I mean, I would tell you what we're doing, but we've got very little grip on what we're doing ourselves. It's the usual thing. It's the late night alternative. We're working from home, obviously, because we are not coming into the office anymore. We're keeping ourselves nice and healthy.
Alan's microphone off.
Is he still up?
Yes.
Turn Alan's microphone off, please, Sam. Because he will cough, you know it, or fall asleep. So we're staying out of London, and we are currently ensconced in Ian Lee's country manor with his children upstairs and the cats roaming around. But we'll be taking your calls as usual. So if you want to give us a ring, 0344 499 1000 is the number. That's 0344 499 1000. And the aim is just to sort of keep you company through what is a really weird time at the moment. A really weird time. A lot for a lot of you, and certainly for me. The kids came home from school today, and we don't know when they're going back. So we're going to try and keep it as weird as possible, as it always has been on this radio show, and just sort of hold each other's hands through it, obviously from a safe distance. 0344 499 1000, the number to call. Talking about the...
Ask Sam to talk to you now, please.
Sam, would you talk to me now so we can see
if you like.
come out? In my headphones.
In your headphones. Beautiful.
Hey, you're pretty good at this tinkering, aren't you? I'm quite impressed. Do you know what you're doing, or is it just a matter of pulling things out and putting them in?
It's just hit and miss.
Well, it's working. I'm really impressed.
Oh, God. And the thing is, dear listener, I know some of you enjoy this behind the scenes. And by the way, I've got to say a big thank you to Harrison. It comes to something when I had to tweet a 16 or maybe 17-year-old lad instead of one of our technical people saying, Harrison, can I give you a call? I'm a little bit stuck. And he sorted it out. So thank you, mate. I appreciate that. When we are all well and good, back to normal, you can come in the studio. You can do an hour of the show with us if you want, as way of thank you. But I know some of you really enjoy that. Oh, it's coming from their home. We get to hear behind the scenes. I know some of you, the majority of you find it incredibly tedious and incredibly dull. So I promise you, once we've got this all sorted out, this will not be a thing. It's going to be the show. But let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Hey, boss, I'm a bit confused.
Why are you confused, my friend?
Because Dingle said late night alternative was coming, boss, but you're here.
I'll shut up then. You're through to Kath.
Oh, God, no, please join me.
Hi, Kath.
Hey!
How you coping after this weird week?
I'm coping all right. Do you know what? Yeah. I tell you the honest truth, there were weird things going on before this happened, and they'd kind of occupied my mind quite a bit, so I don't really have an awful lot of panic left.
Was it to do with the egg?
No.
The egg?
What egg?
From last Friday, the 13th.
The egg?
What egg?
The exploding egg.
Oh, what now?
A virgin egg?
No, the exploding egg.
Oh, an exploded egg, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was my mini mishap last weekend. I tried out one of my parents' ideas, a microwave egg poacher. Crap.
Microwave poached eggs, which is a ridiculous idea.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, we got a proper egg steamer to do poached eggs.
So have I, but I just thought, that I was giving it for nothing. Let's give it a whirl, and I will never do it again. Anyway, what's going on with you, Alan Caddick?
Well, I've got development on the Grand National Front.
Oh, yeah.
They've given me an option to go for the same price next year at no charge. Same
Is that because you've already paid?
So I don't need to pay a penny.
But, okay. Have you not already paid?
I've already paid for this year, but they carried it over to next year as a goodwill gesture.
They've carried it over to next year, have they?
Yeah.
How's that a goodwill gesture? You've already paid for it.
But I don't need to pay anything extra.
Well, you wouldn't, because you didn't get what you paid for.
You're paying the same for nothing.
It's not goodwill, Alan. It's just right.
Well, I'm waiting for tickets to go on sale for 13 40 because I've got the hotel booked for next year.
Right.
You're optimistic that we'll have horse racing back next year.
It's a 10-to-1 chance, Ian.
You're messing with the wrong man.
I wouldn't put a bet on that. How are you coping with it, Alan?
Well, it's been unusual. I've been going to work as normal, and the streets were pretty quiet. It's like that tune from the Specials, Ghost Town.
Sorry?
It's like that tune from the Specials called Ghost Town.
Yeah, it is. It's peculiar. It's peculiar times, and it's going to get more so like that. It's going to get more like that.
And
but,
also with our illustrious leaders saying that pubs need to close.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's the right thing. You know what I think he needs to do? He needs to lock down. Let's get straight in there. He needs to lock down the major cities and tell everyone stop dicking around, stay indoors, and if they don't stay indoors, arrest them. That's that's as far as I'd take it.
Well, give Boris Johnson power of martial law.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's get those soldiers pacing the streets in hazmat suits. That's what we want. Anyway, Alan, let's try and keep it upbeat and light this evening. Thank you so much for your call, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Tutty bye. 0344 499 1000. We are in great danger, Catherine, of this becoming a Where's Kate gone? I was about to go to Kate. Of this becoming a professional setup.
Oh, I'm sure you and I can do something about that.
Someone just texted that your mic was a little low. I think I've just fixed it, so hopefully that's better. It is a weird one. It's been a strange old week. It's going to get a whole lot stranger, and I'm being particularly careful what I say because my kids are upstairs, and I think they've just found the Talk Radio app, which means they will probably be unable to listen to the show as it's such a terribly designed app. But yeah, here's what I need to stop doing. I need to stop listening to the news, and I need to stop looking online, hashtag coronavirus, because it's so depressing. I listened to 5 minutes of James O'Brien today, who I'm a big fan of and a friend of, and I just couldn't. I thought, nope, switching that off. Then I went onto Facebook, and it's people going, I can't get any food in the local Tesco. I saw a post, hello, I'm trying to do some shop for an old lady. Does anyone know where I can get an egg, a potato, and some milk?
Oh, blimey.
Oh, blimey. And I popped into Tesco today on the off chance. Actually, it was all right. No toilet paper. That's fine. Didn't see any eggs. I got milk. I got a loaf of bread. I did all right. I took too many tins of soup. And when I got to I hadn't seen the signs. And as I was at the counter, I heard an announcement saying, we'll only allow 3 things of each. I said, oh, I'm really sorry. I think I've got too much soup. I said, you tell me what I can and can't take, and I'm fine with that. He said, yeah, cool. And I said to the guy, have you had... not had any aggro in it. He said, yeah, we've had a bit. And I said, that's incredible. People, and it was people kicking off because they didn't have what they wanted on the shelves, or they couldn't get, as many things that they wanted.
I had the same conversation with one of the women in Tesco's. I said, are you all right? She went, no. She said, it's been horrible, really horrible. I said, oh, people are being rotten to you. She went, God, so much so. She said, I feel like I'm a prison camp guard. The way that I'm being spoken to. And she said, there was a bloke came in and he got a whole pallet of baby powder. And I said, I'm really sorry, sir,
baby.
you can only take 3. He said, but I've got a baby.
Yeah.
She went, yeah, quite a lot of other people have got babies too. We've got to make sure that there's enough for everyone else.
Yeah.
She said, and the language was awful. She said, makes me feel like I don't want to come in.
Here's what I wanted to do, and I didn't. I did it to the guy at the counter because he was really nice and we had a really nice chat. And his kids stopped school today, like everyone's, and he's a single parent and he's got 6 kids.
6.
And I said, well, how's that going to work? He said, well, I don't know. And I thanked him. I said, who'd have thought that you guys would turn out to be the frontline staff? We always thought it was the army. It's you lot. I said, I'm really sorry that people are treating you so badly, and I just want you to know that a lot of people appreciate it, and I'm really grateful. And I think the next time I'm in Tesco's, I'm just going to thank everyone.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, they don't get paid that much money for working in Tesco's. I've done that job. Not in Tesco's. I was in B-Jams and Asda, I think it was. They don't get paid very much money. So to go in there effing and jeffing at them, no.
But I get that the fear is real, and I've had to stop myself a couple of times when I've not seen a loaf of bread for a while, and you see a loaf, I've got like half left, and I put some in the freezer. And I saw a loaf and I thought, should I just get it just in case? And I thought, no, I'm going to save that for someone who's not got any. Yeah. But The temptation is real, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Well, because everyone else is. I always buy a lot of toilet roll, so I've got quite a lot of toilet roll because I always buy like a big 9-pack.
Oh yeah.
So
where'd you keep it?
It locked away. Now. So I've got toilet roll.
Yeah.
And I've got a loaf of bread that's about to turn, and I thought, normally I would have a few slices and chuck it. I thought, right, well, that's going in the freezer. I will take the bread out as and when I need it. And I've said to the boys, we've just got to be more thoughtful about food. If I offer you something and you don't want it, say it before I make it, rather than I turn up and you go, no, I don't want that now. And we'll go and make something else. We haven't got that luxury.
I've said that
anymore.
to the kids because they said they came in from school. Can I have a biscuit? I went, do you know what? We haven't got any of those. And they sort of pulled their faces a bit. And I went, do you know what? We're just going to have to make do with what we've got for the time being. I said, we've got plenty of food, but we can't be fussy.
So tonight's question is: are lasers real? Are they real? Are they real?
Yeah.
But in what context? 0344 499 1000. In what context are lasers real? Do they? Well, what do lasers? So you've seen a laser?
Yeah.
Where?
Discos.
No, they won't be lasers in
Strobes.
a disco. They'll be light. Well, strobe is just a light that goes on, and there's someone flicking a switch very quickly.
No, those
isn't
ones
it?
that go zoom, that make a line. That's a laser,
What
isn't
do you
it?
mean that makes a line? Give me.
You know, it looks like a lightsaber. That kind of vibe.
That cuts through the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a laser.
Okay, so that's a laser. That's a fun laser. Can a laser?
Laser eye surgery.
Okay.
Burns your eyes. My mum smelt her own eyeballs burning.
Okay. Thank you. Can a laser, for example, cut a man's hand off?
Yeah.
Now, how do you know that?
Well, listen, if they can use a laser to scrape the top of your eyeball off,
It's a very different
big laser could take your hand off.
It's a very different thing.
It's science, mate.
0344 499 1000. Are lasers real? This is... Oh, sorry, it's your show.
This is the late night alternative.
Oh, you messed it up!
With a Casa de Baile.
No.
What?
You messed it. Late night Holocaust. Well, you got adenoids.
I'm not used to saying it.
You got adenoids.
Oh, come on.
Adenoids.
What I love about working with you is you're so supportive.
Have you got adenoids? Try again.
All right, Milkman. You're listening to the Late Night Alternative with Catherine Boyle. No Ian Lee.
Bum cheeks.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. You can speak. I'll
Genuine
allow
question. Do you? Because I was taking Fridays off to protect my mental health.
Yeah.
But now we're doing the show from my house, and you were going to do the show from my house on Fridays, and I thought, well, I might as well do it.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Do you mind me gate crashing this?
Yeah, I hate you. No, of course I don't mind. This was only ever supposed to be a temporary measure anyway. It's your show.
Do you mind, and this is genuine, that I'm wearing a Superman onesie and slippers?
I mind that your zip is quite that low.
Yeah, it's going to get lower. Oh. Good evening, Pete.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Are lasers real?
Yes, lasers are real.
Thanks for your call. 034. How do you know this, man?
Well, because, I mean, yeah, lasers are real. There's laser eye surgery. Also, I Googled because I was interested to know whether they could cut flesh. There's a video called Can Lasers Cut Meat? There's a guy cutting through, like, sausages and things with them. So,
Oh, if it can cut a sausage, it can cut you.
well, exactly. I don't know about bones and things, but yeah.
Okay, so lasers are real. Well, I was hoping to string that out for 3 hours. 22 minutes past 10. My only fun topic
Yeah.
is done.
You're dealing with two scientists.
So back to the dreaded lurgy, I guess.
I mean,
can we do this as a phone in? What's your cure for coronavirus? 0344 499 1000. Yes, Pete.
yeah, well, I was just going to say about the supermarket worker thing. I mean, I'm currently staying with my mum. You know, she's down in Hampshire, so I fled London.
Yeah, pussy.
And she
That's not the same.
I went in a shop today and they were talking about how someone's daughter had come down. I was like, oh yeah, I've come down. Sort of to my mum, I come from London, and they were like, ooh, London. In that kind of, ooh,
Yeah.
you come from the epicenter. It's really weird.
I saw something online that Londoners are not being welcomed with open arms to the countryside.
Isn't it funny? Because of course we've had the hatred directed at the Chinese, we've had the hatred directed at Italians. Now it's being directed at Londoners. And I was thinking, it's weird, isn't it, when they say. But this was my knee-jerk reaction. This shows how insane the human brain is. And luckily, some people have evolved. I think the three of us have evolved to a point where we can recognise this behaviour and go, well, okay, well that's old-fashioned and primordial. What's the word? Thank you, Pete. It said Catherine, who was just looking at me smirking.
I was waiting for you to land on it.
She knew the word but didn't want to say it. Primal. So my reaction is, when you were hearing the first stories coming through, and there's someone from Leicester has been found with the virus, and it's believed he's infected 12 people, I thought, oh, what a sod. What a selfish sod. That was my first reaction was, oh, what a selfish sod. Which is, of course, is absolutely insane. It's like when you get colds, you don't trace the person who gave you the cold and beat the crap out of them. It's just, but my first reaction was, oh, what a selfish, mean person. That's how the human brain is. And that's what a lot of people are doing with the Chinese and the Italians and with the Londoners, and not thinking beyond that.
But you know why? Because by othering people, it means that you are not like them, and therefore you are safe.
The Chinese thing is slightly different, actually, because a lot of people blame them for covering it up, for making it because someone done it with a bat in a market. So it's a slightly different thing. But the Italians and the thing anyway. Anyway, Pete.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I mean, like you, I've got a Chinese brother-in-law. Sort of, my nephew and niece are both half Chinese. It's but yeah, my mum works in Sainsbury's, and she's been saying they've never had so much abuse in like the 30 years she's been working in retail. She's never had this level. I
mean, and I've seen people kick off in shops before. Don't worry about that. Of course, I've seen people kick off.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It is. I haven't seen any this time, but it just seems redonkulous, doesn't it? Absolutely awful.
It's really bad, and apparently that hour for the vulnerable thing, that was a pandemonium yesterday. Apparently.
Well, because it's for the vulnerable, isn't it? For the elderly.
That'd be easy to beat up.
But also, isn't it for people who are shopping for them? And then how do you prove that?
How do you prove that? Because I want to shop for my next door neighbour, but how could I prove that I was doing that?
Well, no, I mean, by all accounts, it was lots of elderly people and things turning up, but it was lots of them, and just sort of stripping the shelves bare.
So they're the ones to blame.
Well, they're just like anyone else, but older. So everyone else is doing the panic buying. They're not exempt from that. So they just went in and basically decimated the store and, all rammed in there. I mean, she said the queues were to the back of the store. It was,
Are they staggering when they put shopping out, though? Because it seems crazy if they're putting it all out in the morning and then just allowing the hordes to descend.
I think they're doing as much as they can. I think all the supermarkets now have closed their sort of deli counters and things in order to put people stocking up,
Let's bring someone else into the conversation if you don't. And by the way, Pete, your mum's still working, is she?
Yes, yep.
Genuinely thank her. I hope it doesn't sound patronising. Thank her.
No, not at all. I've already,
She is. They are the front line. Them. What? Can we get the list up, Catherine, of what's the phrase they're using?
Key workers.
Key workers.
It's quite a big one, and I think there are some people that perhaps you would not expect in there, but it genuinely, the people working in all of the super... I've done it, right? It ain't a great job at the best of times.
No.
But to do it now, thank you. And they're putting themselves at risk of getting ill as well. Thank you. Let's bring someone else into the...
She did say that, this is a silver lining, that for the first time in pretty much her whole career, they're actually being viewed with some respect,
Pete, can I ask you a personal question about your mum, if you don't mind? You don't have to answer it if you don't want.
Yeah, sure.
Has she, nicked loads of toilet roll and hand sanitizer and good meat and stuff? Is your larder well stocked?
No, essentially. I mean, they're kind of trying to help each other out, and sort of, if someone needs a particular thing, people are keeping an eye out. But yeah, I mean, she's had just as much problems getting things as anyone else. It's,
What we're saying is, if she were to wear a bigger tabard, could she shove a few things up there?
Let's bring another voice into the conversation, because I think this show is right now more so than ever is about building communities and building bridges. Let's bring David onto the line. Good evening, David.
Welcome, and very nice of you to have me on Talk Radio.
Well, it's a phone-in show, and you've called in.
No, it's nice to be on radio.
Sorry?
I'm taking the mick out of Kath when she slipped up before the break.
Oh, you're taking the mickey out of me, are you?
Could
Wow.
I ask a favour, David? Could you speak into the telephone?
I'm speaking loudly for you.
There we go. Thank you. Every time. Every flipping time. David, speak to Pete.
Hey, David. How you doing? It's me.
Is it Geeky Pete?
Yeah. Me, you jabroni.
The pervert.
The pervert, that's the
Says
one.
you, flipping Hoover man.
Well, hang on a second. Bear with me. Spontaneous. They'll cut this bit out. But
I'm David Babcock, and I got my willy stuck in a Hoover.
yeah, that works.
And yet Pete's the pervert.
I've got a mouthful of sausage.
Dick.
Why does life have to be so unfair?
Wow! They've cancelled Brexit.
Oh boy, we're back in business.
He's pretty much basing that on the fact that I had a crush on Philippa Forrester as a youngster. I mean...
Oh, everyone did.
Exactly.
Babcock.
Yes? Okay, Babcock, yes.
I've got my hand in the air.
Cambridge.
Right.
Pete says he has a crush on Philippa Forrester. Do you want to tell the full story?
Oh.
Oh dear.
I mean, look.
Explain why you're not a pervert, sorry.
Explain why you're not a pervert.
You didn't draw a face on an orange and do something to it, did you?
No, I was a teenage boy. My dad would buy the News of the World of a Sunday. 1 week, as they did with so many people, they published photos of her on the beach, and I kept them. I took that page and kept it under my bed for a while as a.
Okay. With an aid memoir.
Here's something. That's not perverted, David. That's natural. Here's something. Ollie, who calls the show.
Yeah.
He's had dreams about kissing me.
Has he?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Gosh.
So this is where we're at. David, have you?
Was that pre or post Corona? Because that's a new depth of perversion.
Exactly. David, what would you like to say? Because I feel you're killing the vibe a little bit tonight, mate.
I've got a cure for coronavirus.
Speak into the phone.
I've got a cure for coronavirus.
Oh, God.
Yes, mate. This I would love to hear.
It's not your cure, you degenerate. Right,
Okay.
want it?
6 times a day. I'm just saying it can't hurt.
Okay,
Right,
steady on.
Hello, me. Hey,
What?
my cure, right?
Are you tripping?
I'm
What is
trying
your
to
cure,
talk loud.
David?
Right, you get a lemon.
You get a lemon. Let me just write this down. Hang on. This is David's cure.
Tomorrow, the shops will be sold out of lemons.
You get a lemon. Yes.
You chop it in half.
Chop a lemon.
Half a lemon.
In half. Yep.
You take one of those halves and you pop it on the floor.
1/2 a lemon on the floor. Yep.
You squat over it and you do the biggest fart you can muster onto the lemon.
Oh, whoa! Farty lemon. That was my nickname
Hang
at
on,
school.
so
I don't know if I want to go back to that.
Is this fleshy side up or peel side up?
Fleshy side up has got to absorb the fart.
Right.
Okay. Very lowbrow.
You tie the lemon to a piece of string
Yes.
and you attach it somehow in a pulley system from your ceiling.
What?
Or you can dangle it over. You can dangle it over a door frame or whatever, as long as you can raise it and lower it.
Just say, Elif, Barry from Watford, Sharan and Tony, we will get to you shortly. I promise.
We need to see this through now.
Yeah.
Right. Lie down on the floor so that the lemon is suspended above your face.
Oh,
Oh, my God. This is dark.
Slowly, and you must do it slowly, lower the lemon half, farty lemon, down towards, but not onto, your nostrils.
My word.
And because this coronavirus has been around since the start of time, it's scared of volcanoes. The sulphur will confuse it and it'll just scarper. All right?
You know, earlier, a few hours ago, Richard Gregorian tweeted that us four and Barry are the TLNA Ring of Steel. I think he is regretting those words.
Some kind of ring. David, thank you so much. And hopefully that will save lives. Pete, thank you very much indeed. 0344
I wouldn't rely on it. Keep washing your hands.
1000. When we get back, we'll have Barry from Watford. This, dear listener, is Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Catherine Boyle. The phone number is the same, 0344 499 1000. Tonight my beautiful assistant is... Introduce yourself, love.
Hi, my name's Ian. What are you doing? You're going to listen from there? Okay, but make sure you don't disturb the show, okay? So don't stop us from talking. Don't get our attention so we talk to you or anything like that, okay? Like you just did, you absolute prude. You can listen, of course you can. Let's go to Barry from Watford. Good evening, Barry.
Good evening, everyone. I'm phoning up with my Keep Your Spirits Up special.
Kai says. Now, Barry, I think you want to issue an apology, don't you?
Yeah, I was out of order last night. I'd had a couple of drinks. I had an old speckled hen. I've got an ointment for that now.
Yes.
And I'd overdone it. And so when I was rambling on last night, I had a little listen to it today, and I didn't cover myself in glory.
Well, you thought Paul McCartney from the Beatles was dead, Barry?
Yeah, it was all wrong. It wasn't very humorous.
It was factually incorrect.
Well, you thought one of their hits was called Shut Up.
Well, that's one of... Be fair, Shut Up is one of the Beatles' greatest hits.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It's a deep cut.
They played in Hamburg, didn't they? That's what got everyone going.
Yeah. So what have you got for us? Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Hello? What have you got for us? Yeah, yes, hello?
I've got Margaret. She's just had a go at the remedy there, and she got the lemon down on the floor to blow off on it. Unfortunately, we've had a chicken tikka masala.
Oh, dear God.
With her. But is that your lad up listening?
That is my eldest listening, yes.
Hello, son.
He can't hear you. Do you want to come here? Let me just... what you're going to do is you're going to sit here, and I reckon I can probably... You carry on talking to him.
Nice.
Well, he wants to talk to the boy.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
It's lovely getting the younger generation involved with this.
I'm going to do my Ronald Duck for him.
That's gone.
Oh, yeah? He's going to do his Donald Duck for you?
No, Ronald Duck.
Oh, Ronald Duck.
There you go, if you sit down.
For copyright reasons.
Yeah, if you put this on, you'll be able to hear Barry.
How are you, Kath? All right, my
I'm all right. I'm bearing up in a cruel world, as we all are.
He can hear you, Barry, but he's on his tablet at the moment.
Oh. I'm on tablets and all. That's what goes Margaret for the... Now, all right, son, come off there now. Come on. Come off there now.
He's off the tablet.
You've got his attention, Barry.
What would you like to say to him?
And who is this with Barry? It's Ronald Duck. Say hello. Oh, goodness me, Ronald. It's so funny, isn't he? How's the bed, young man? There's saying...
Okay, it's a little bit frightening. It's a little bit frightening. Don't cry, son. It'll be okay. It's all right. It's just a silly old man doing a voice. It's a little bit frightening, Barry.
Go away, Ronald. Naughty. You frightened him. Kickings for Ronald. Kick him.
Kicking.
Don't kick him.
Yeah, don't worry, he's gone now. I've kicked him.
That's actually made him a bit more upset. He thinks you've kicked a real duck. That's him crying in the background.
No, I didn't. I grabbed hold of it. Grabbed hold of you, Ronald. I've grabbed hold of you.
Can we just can we forget the duck?
Throw him away.
No, don't throw him away.
Throw him away. He's all gone now.
No, okay. Let's forget the duck. Have you got any jokes?
This is a cheer up special.
Keep your spirits up special.
Here's one for keep your spirits up. Here's one for your boy. Knock knock. Hello. No, you say hello.
Yeah, so shut up. Go on, do it again.
Knock, knock.
Hello? Who's there?
No, who's there? Yeah. Europe. Europe who? Ronald's come back again.
My son is 19 years old, by the way.
Well, why doesn't he know how to answer a knock-knock joke then?
Hang on.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. You ready?
You know it's going to be out of time. Here we go.
Here comes Barry the old... Oh, hang on. It's the introduction, so here we go.
It'll be out of time.
Here comes Barry the old duffer telling crappy jokes. He said he molested a duck and he kicked a duck and he got a sucker.
Is it my go?
Oh, yeah, sorry, go on.
No, hold on, because... Oh, God, it'll be out of time.
Ready? No, I'll start it when you say go.
Oh, God, I can't do it with the music. It'll be out of time, Ian. Why don't I just sing it a cappella?
Okay, go on then.
Yeah, I was telling a humorous story with a pretend duck. You know that. It doesn't really exist. It was just my voice like that. I didn't know that you were gonna make such a thing of it. That didn't rhyme very much, but it don't matter. It don't matter. My little friend Ronald is making a crispy platter.
Stop making jokes about eating Ronald. Let's say hello to Tony, Barry.
Hello, Tony.
Hi, mate.
All right.
You need help, yeah?
What? Speaking English?
Yeah, of course I am.
Oh, there you are. This is the Keep Your Spirits Up special section of the show, and thus far it's failed.
Sure on there.
Tony, what can Barry do to help keep your spirits up in this time when everyone's going to die?
Well, I tell you what. He can talk a bit sensible.
Talk a bit sensible.
No, sensible.
Well, that's
a bit more sense.
A bit more sense, yeah, a bit more sensible, yeah, quite right. It's not necessarily going to keep your spirits up, though, is it?
No, just think of your family. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, crikey.
Tony, can we...
Crikey. Tony.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tony. Tony, how are your spirits at the moment?
Okay.
So they're up.
Me down. You brought me down, son.
They're up, mate. They're up, mate.
So your spirits are up, so we don't need to keep your spirits up. They're up.
No, because I was wanting you.
But what, you're wasting valuable keep your spirits up special time.
but what I want, why I've called you, right, is about this food thing.
The what?
This food thing, in shops.
Yeah, the shops.
Yeah.
Is this going to make us more miserable? Because this is keep your spirits up.
Is this going to make us happy?
I'm sorry, Barry. I feel like we've been hijacked.
Well, go on. Let's see what the man's got to say.
It's very noble of you, Tony.
Okay. People have been trying to get more than 3 items or less in shops now.
What?
They've been trying to get more than 3 items or less in shops.
Yeah. More or less than... People have been trying to get more or less.
More than 3 items
or
less.
More than 3 items. I think that is disgusting.
Keep
I think we
talking, Tony. I've just opened the window. I'm just going to throw myself out. Keep going. Keep going. I'm nearly there. I'm just on the ledge.
Barry, come back from the ledge. Come back.
Oh, God.
Because I've got a solution. I've got a solution for what we should do for these people. The firing squad, like the old days.
Too right.
Would you like that, Tony?
I think you would. I think
people?
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, thanks for your call. 0344 499 1000. Tony wants to shoot people that take...
Can I come back in now off the ledge?
Please do. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's say hello to Elif.
Hello, my friends, my dear friends. I'm locked up like Akon.
That's a young person's reference, Elif. This is the wrong place for that.
Elif, you're through to Barry from Watford.
Barry, I love you. Can I tell you a joke, Barry?
Oh, yes, please. Go on.
My dog's got no nose. How did he smell? Bloody awful.
Yeah, I'm supposed to... Well, I respond.
I know, but I didn't know if you knew it. All right. My wife went to the West Indies.
Jamaica?
No, she went on her own accord.
Oh, goodness sake.
My wife said, "You never take me anywhere." I said, "How about the kitchen?"
Oh, God. That was good.
A man wins 100 grand on the pools. He says to his wife, "Right, pack your bags."
He says, "Where are we going? I don't care. Pack your bags."
Pack your bags. Are we going to we going to the West Indies, or we going skiing? And he says, I don't care. Just pack your bags and bugger off.
Right. All right.
Not a lot of...
I was quite surprised at the misogyny in that routine there, Barry.
Well, I am.
Shut up! I'm talking to Barry, Elif. Shut up.
Yeah, yes. I don't approve of that sort of thing.
I've got the moral code of a 78-year-old northern man.
Okay.
Oh, dear. And you wonder why they don't like London, as you were saying earlier. Goodness me.
Barry, I think you have done an excellent job at keeping people's spirits up.
Mine's right up.
Barry.
Me or Ellis?
Ellis. You, Barry.
Barry.
Shut up, Elif. Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to get rid of him. These keep your spirit up specials are really working a treat.
Yeah, I could do better, I think. But if
don't get down.
Well, got to keep your spirits up, Barry.
Yeah, you can keep mine up. I'm sure you can, my darling. I just want to say good night to you all, and come on, we'll get through this. And I'll try and work on some material for next time.
You sound so miserable.
I don't think I've done it. I don't think I've achieved it tonight.
You've kept my... Right, hang on a minute. Right, let me just get rid of Ellie for a second. We'll come back. We're going to take some calls at random. Let's go. Okay. Let's try... Hang on. If I just go here... hang on. This system's buggered. It's broken. Let's go to... Ollie, do you think... Did Barry keep your spirits up?
Can he keep my spirits up?
No.
Did he?
Have I?
Did he? Yes.
There you go. All right, let's get rid of
Can't you hear him? He's high octane.
Let's try. Nelly, did Barry keep your spirits up?
Did I?
Not well. No.
Okay, well that's one all. He's a miserable.
He is a miserable
anyway.
sod. Yeah.
That's one all. The final vote goes to Sharan. Sharan, did Barry keep your spirits up?
Yes.
There we go, Barry. You did it.
Well, I'll work on some material and I'll come back and try and keep everyone happy. But we're going to get through this. Just think about, the future. It's all going to be lovely. I'm going to go off to bed now. Margaret's got on her negligee because it's Bunky Friday. Now, that is something to raise a smile, I'll tell you that. Come in, Margaret. No, don't do that. I don't like that. Right. Goodbye, all.
Oh, have a nice one.
0344 499. Go away. Sharan, Elif, Nelly, Ollie, stay there. This is Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
03444991000 is the number to call. You'll be speaking to me and my able assistant. What's your name again?
Hello, I'm Ian Lee. I ate a pig's vagina and stole some strawberries on a reality TV show. Gosh,
they didn't even ask him to.
Doesn't reality TV seem even more frivolous? We watched the footage yesterday of the German Big Brother contestants who've been in the house, I think, since about February the 18th. Being told about the coronavirus. Now, the version we watched, the subtitles were quite lazily done. I think it was like Babelfish or something had done it, Google Translate. But you could see a lot of them were smirking, or a couple of them were certainly smirking, because obviously this is a Big Brother stunt to be told there's a deadly killer virus out there. And we only watched the first 5 minutes. I didn't watch all of it. I may watch it tomorrow. but fascinating. You know, Dermot O'Leary or Rylan, the German equivalent, basically stood behind thick glass with a scientist explaining what was going on. Incredible scenes. Sharan.
Hi Ian, hi Kath, how are you doing?
Struggling to keep a vibe going tonight, but after 11 we're going to go nuclear. So good, thank you, mate. How are you doing with all of this?
I could be doing better, but good.
Good. Okay, good. What can we do for you tonight?
So I was thinking, after all this coronavirus stuff goes down, I'm gonna get a cat.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We've probably got another 25 years of this. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, get a cat. Get a cat.
So I wanted to ask, is there anything like I should know before I go ahead and get one?
Yeah, Google it.
Can't fart when we're in the air. My son just farted.
Okay.
My son's just farted. Can't fart while we're on the air.
You do. Don't know why you're telling him.
What do you need to know? You have to feed them like twice a week or something. Is it a week? Twice a day. I'm running out. I tell you what.
More than that when they're kittens.
Is there anything like I should know if it's anything annoying?
You can't milk them very easily. It's quite tricky to milk them. You can, but it really takes a lot of pressure on the nipple, the cat nipple. Does that help?
There are lots of great books on the subject, Sharan, and you'll probably get more sense out of them.
First things first, do you like cats?
Okay. Yes.
You hesitated because a cat lover would go, "Oh, I love them." Yes. Yes. So you hesitated a little bit too long. Do your parents?
Because yes.
I don't believe you.
Hello?
Yes, hello. I mean, I don't know what to say. What do you mean? Is there anything you need to know about cats?
Like, I know all the basic stuff and stuff like that, but is there anything like other than the basic, like feeding them, giving them Like that's annoying.
Oh no, we can't
keep an eye on.
No, we can't tell you the secrets of cat ownership. No. We don't tell you that. We're not going to tell you that you can travel through time with a cat. Shh. I hope that answers your question.
Or that you can buy tiny saddles and ride them.
I hope that answers your question, Sharan. 0344 499 1000. Let's go. Oh, here's the Catwoman herself. It's Elif. Hey, Elif.
She knows the secrets.
Hello, darlings. Yes. If what was your caller called? Sorry, I missed his name, but I can get him a cat. I'm the cat dealer.
Stop dealing cats.
Cat dealer.
No, but honestly, I just wanted to say, I'm in isolation because I've got really bad asthma and pleurisy and damage from pneumonia. And usually, this time on a Friday, I'd be with Kath producing her. So I was feeling a bit sorry for myself today. So I wanted to give you guys a call and thank you so much for retweeting everything and having me on yesterday. We had an amazing response. And if anyone, wants to have some company, then, give me a shout on Twitter.
Ellen, that sounded incredibly
wrong. Not from me. A furry friend.
Again,
I mean, isolation, you're not going to be grooming.
No. And also, the other thing I wanted to say as well is I was feeling really blue today. I'm not a crier, but because I live on my own and I'm in this high-risk group, like I can't go anywhere, I can't have people around to the house. A lot of my close friends are key workers, a lot of them are nurses, so I certainly can't see them. So I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. But I've just downloaded an app called House Party. And I've spent the evening with my friends who are dotted all around the country on House Party, where you can video chat in groups. I've been singing a bit of karaoke to them. I've been moving the cat's mouths so it looks like they're talking, which is quite entertaining. But yeah, so I just thought I'd phone and say thank you for all your support and hope you're all doing well. And if anyone wants a cat, know where I am.
It must be tough. There's a couple of those apps. Zoom is another one. Zoom is more for business, but it's you can have loads of people having a picture, video chat, and I think that's the way we're all going to communicate forever.
Well, do you know what it is, Ian? Is that I'm usually I work from home and I'm quite an insular person. Apart from going to the pub on the weekend, I like being on my own. I like my own space and I like being with my cats. But as soon as someone takes that away, you're like, oh God. Actually, I should have made the most of going out and seeing people and going to galleries and, you know, socialising a bit more. And even, you know, seeing you guys in the office, and I'm John Nicholson, who's on a Sunday. I'm not going to be able to go and do his show. So as soon as someone tells you you can't have something, it makes you miss it even more, right? So I just wanted to thank you for giving me and Florries a lot of support. And, you know, I'm here for all the listeners. Give me a shout. If you want to foster or adopt, or even if you just want to chat, I might even, check this, right, I'm 35 years old, but I'm unashamed, I might start a TikTok.
A TikTok?
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's come to that. What day is it? Day 6?
I had TikTok on my phone for about 20 minutes before I deleted it, because I just didn't understand it.
Do you know what, Kath, you'll appreciate this. I phoned my mum earlier, because I was really worried about my well-being, because on BBC they've started repeating a series called Miranda, and I found myself laughing at it. And I thought, right.
I always found Miranda funny. I always thought that series was funny.
I used to take the mick out of it. I used to be like, oh God, who likes Miranda? And then I found myself giggling away, and I thought, right, I'm really in trouble.
That is not because of the coronavirus.
Is that right,
That's 'cause
Ian?
you're getting old. It's 'cause
Am
you're
I
getting
okay?
old.
I'm old. Yeah, I'm old and middle class, which I thought I'd never be.
You're not middle
it's
class.
happened.
I am going to have to ban you phoning up talking about cats, because every time you come on to talk about cats, I look at my 4 and think, I think we could take another 3. And I can't. So stop it. I don't want any more cats.
Please. But just an update for you. Because of your amazing support, we've rehomed 14 of the 24. The remaining 10 are in foster. So thank you so much. I've had an amazing response on Twitter. So really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Because, you know, we don't...
Shut up. Thank you.
I love her so much.
She's great. Thank you, Elif. And I've only met her a few times professionally. We said hello and stuff, and she produced me the other week when you were off. She's brilliant.
She's a hoot.
Brilliant. 0344 499 1000. Nelly, Ollie, stay there. This is the late night alternative. We're gonna up the ante. We're gonna take this to the next level. You're going to bed, young man. You're gonna make me a cup of decaf cough.
Wow.
This is Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
That when love came to me, it would come with rocket spells and poetry. But with me and you, it just started quietly and grew.
have smoothly done the fader. 0344 499 1000. This, dear listener, the late night alternative, every weekday between 10 and 1. Iain, Lee and Catherine Boyle. George has just jumped up on my lap, which means he's going to walk on the computer, which means connection could be lost at any moment. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Ollie. Good evening, Ollie.
Hello, Iain and Kath.
Hey, Ollie. I hear you've been having dreams.
We'll always be together.
Hello?
Hello?
Who said that?
You said it. You said you'd been having sexual dreams about me.
I'm going to do an Iain, and I'm going to say I'm very careful with my words, and I didn't say I.
No, but here's the thing. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's what you don't say. You say it best when Matty. Can you tweet me the link, please? You say it best when you say nothing at all.
That's rude.
Well,
he is rude.
Yeah, but you. And I'm going to get posted the clip in a second by my good friend and Chief Bumlick. You were talking online about how you fancied me.
Do you want me to tell you what your Chief Bumlick said about you?
No, not interested.
What he said about kissing you.
I don't listen.
He said it would be gross.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm more interested.
That's very hurtful.
I'm more interested in what you said about you. Oh, they can hear you in the background when the music is playing. Really? Can you? How is that possible? Oh, we got to mute the mics. Oh, I'm so sorry. God, I'm dumb. God, I'm so dumb. What an idiot. Absolute melt. Okay. Why can't right, why has Matty not been in touch? I'm about to fire him as my chief bumlick. Anyway, you were having a chat where you said you'd had a drink. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ollie speaking earlier in the day.
Have you ever dreamt of kissing Iain?
There we go.
Oh my.
There you go. There's proof if proof need be. There's nothing wrong with it, man.
Have you ever dreamt of it?
Okay, we carry on.
Why would you ask that, Ollie?
Me neither.
The denial was too quick. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, man. What's wrong with it?
You can't control your dreams. I've done much worse to other people in my dreams. I know.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to say before I cut you off?
Fancy a snog.
Let's go to Nelly. Good evening. Good evening,
I'm so glad it's not going to be weird.
Thank you. Yes, Nelly.
Sorry, that tickled me. Sorry. Hiya, Iain. Hi, Kath. Okay.
Hey, Nelly.
Hiya.
What you got?
Well, obviously, I've not called in for a while again because of babies and children and that. So, I've got a list of things I've been stockpiling to sort of discuss. So again...
Well, how big's this list?
Not enough. 4...
We're only doing 3 items or fewer.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah. Fair point. So, have you heard about the conspiracy theory regarding coronavirus and Disney?
Let's hear that one. I've heard the one about paedophiles. I've heard the one about doing it with a bat, although I think that's actually based on scientific evidence. Let's hear. Go on.
So, Disney created coronavirus. The reason being that they, obviously with this virus going around at the moment, everyone's indoors more. They've just
I've seen this. Isn't this because Disney's granddaughter did a rant or something?
Oh, well, maybe that's another aspect to it. But it's basically because they've got a new streaming service they're launching, trying to push it. Everyone's indoors more to consume more television, so people are more likely to buy it. And of course, Disney have a lot of factories in China, so they can easily knock out a virus.
Okay. I mean, is anyone really going to go for Disney Plus unless they're advertising with us? In which case, I'm going to get it 3 times. But Disney Plus, it really sounds like the weak link in the streaming services. Although BritBox, I did subscribe to BritBox for an evening, and it was awful, and so I unsubscribed immediately. They won't stop. It's like LinkedIn; they will not stop emailing me, for crying out loud.
Yeah, the BritBox is just nothing really. I mean, you've got Netflix is going to be the king regardless of what anyone says, because you've just got all.
This is the thing. The coronavirus is gonna decide at the end of this coronavirus in 3.5 years' time. There's going to be one streaming service left, and that will be the streaming service of kings. None of the others will survive. Be one left.
Number 2 on my list. Morrissey's got a new album out that came out today. Song 1.
Who cares? Who cares?
Well, I thought you might be interested in a lyric from the first track on his album.
Go home, black man.
Well, actually, with these times where everyone's feeling a bit low and a bit very sort of, anxious about things, he's got a lyric.
Okay.
If you're going to kill yourself, then to save face, get on with it.
Of course he has, because he's always done that. He's been a miserable sod for years.
I mean, a lot of his lyrics are sort of, have a bit of humour to them, but I'm sort of struggling with that.
Well, but you've picked one. You've picked one line. I think it's quite funny. I mean, it's quite a funny. It's sort of a joke. I mean, it's not the best joke in the world, but you can't. Listen, I'm not a fan of Morrissey or the Smiths. This album's had terrible reviews, but you can't just pick one line from a song and go, well, it's just not funny anymore.
Okay, fair enough. I'll cross that off my list. Next one.
Let's stop. I tell you what, because it's killing the vibe. Let's stop talking about a list, and I don't know. Let's have a conversazione.
Okay. I had a good quiz as well. Never mind.
Jesus wept. Things not bad enough.
It's a quiz. It's a very special quiz. It's probably the best quiz I've done. But if you want to leave it, I'm not.
No, what I'm trying to say is, just go, right. Here's point.
This is a bit too structured, is what he's saying. This isn't a natural conversation.
You've heard the show before. You've spoken to people since having the baby, haven't you, Nelly? You must have done, or maybe you haven't.
I have, yeah, not many people, because I've been indoors.
No, I get that, and that's why I'm toning down a bit, because it feels like you've forgotten how to have a conversation. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop, and we're going to have a conversation, right? We're going to teach you the ways of the conversation, okay?
Okay.
Hi, Nelly. Nice to see you.
Ian. Hi, Kath. Nice to see you. Are you okay?
I'm a bit worried about this coronavirus. How's the baby with all this?
I don't think the baby knows what's going on, but she's healthy. My boy had a fever last weekend, so we've been indoors since then, which has been a bit tough, but we're okay. We're all just getting on with things, really. How are you and your families?
That's it. It's going to be a bit stilted to start with, but then yeah. My families are fine. My boy had a little cough earlier on today, and so I had to get him out of school early. But I think it's the fact that he came second in a cross country more than COVID-19. He stopped coughing now, so everything is great. So yeah, we're good.
I stood in my mum and dad's front garden and talked to him through the window today.
We did that with my the boy's grandmother on my ex's side, and we made signs to hold up. The grandparents love that. Make signs to hold up. But I tell you what, it's been I've been getting down a little bit, and I've been really thinking the thing that would cheer me up. I don't know about you, Kath. Is a fun quiz.
Oh,
I'd love a fun quiz, but I just don't know where to get a fun quiz from at the moment.
If only we knew someone who did them for just like S's and G's.
03444991000.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I have a very special quiz. That's really quick.
What a quinkydink. Let's do it. Let's get into the quiz.
Now, it probably is going to only be best for just Ian, but Catherine it does have an involvement. It's quite a. I'll explain. Basically, it's a quiz about Catherine Boyle.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
So, 5 questions here. I'll answer question 1, Ian, and Catherine can maybe chip in with the answer, and hopefully she'll get right as well.
Here's the answer to question 1. A massive pain in the arse.
What does Catherine think of Ian?
Question 2. A bell end.
So
what are her other thoughts?
So, basically, I went on a bit of a rabbit hole and chanced upon this Q&A that Catherine did many years ago. So, what is Catherine's most annoying trait? Ian?
She's just like an annoying, disgusting human being that's unpleasant to be around and smells and farts a lot. What's the most annoying trait? It's her laugh.
Her laugh. Catherine, do you have the answer? Because I've got the answer here, but I don't know if you would have a go as well.
I can't remember what I said.
Well, it's pretty insightful, I think.
Go on.
Most annoying trait: terrible impersonations, terrible taste in music, and bursting into song at the drop of a hat.
Oh yeah.
Now
that was one I used to be happy.
that's the thing. I personally think that's all good things, but there we go. Question 2: what is Catherine's claim to fame?
Oh God.
Oh, didn't you make love to a donkey?
They don't know about that. Is this about Princess Anne?
Claim to fame: I once wiggled my bum at Princess Anne while standing on my head.
What did you do that for? What was that about?
I was doing a gymnastics display and I parted my legs, and through them I saw third in line to the throne.
Wow, gosh. Can I ask a question, Nelly? Does this quiz get fun at any point?
Yes. What was Catherine's most embarrassing on-air incident?
Oh God. I think when I said something about Dave Lee Travis's knob.
Handing over to Dave Lee Travis, Catherine uttered the immortal words, "We're out of time. DLT's waiting with his hand on his knob, ready to go."
I don't like Travis. He made my mate Paul cry. And I know other things. He made my mate Paul cry. And so I don't like Travis, because Paul's a nice guy, and he bullied him. Nelly, I'm going to call it there, because I'm losing the will to live. Thank you, though. 0344 499 1000. Dear listener, this is the Late Night Alternative.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Call straight to air for the next 40 minutes. How's about them apples? And do you know what? If you're lucky, after midnight, we're going to do a Periscope love bomb. Homework. There's a great little podcast, comes out daily, 15 minutes. Sarah Benincasa. Can never quite remember how many N's are in her name. Let me just check, because I want to make sure you get it right, because it's a really lovely little thing. Benincasa. Benincasa. I think it's Casa, it's pronounced. Sarah is S-A-R-A, at Sarah Benincasa. She does this lovely little podcast called Well, This Isn't Normal, and it's 15 minutes, and it's nice and short, and it's really chatty. I think I might be going on there as a guest, but it's really chatty, and it's just about dealing with stress. But it's not dealing with stress in a kind of preachy way. It's just a chatty, I've tried this works for me, and I read about this, and I've not tried it, you might like it. 15-minute, little bite-sized chunks. She's going to come on Monday. I think 11 o'clock our time. I need to just double check the things, but she's going to come on Monday. I've sent you an email because you need to let her know about the Skype, but we can do that over the weekend. So it'd be good, dear listener, if you can listen to 1 or 2 episodes. Well, This Isn't Normal, Sarah Benincasa. And it might be quite helpful. Loads of these little podcasts that are popping up. So if you spot one that's quite good, then do let us know. And we don't want to dwell too much on the dreaded lurgy, because that's happening everywhere, you know. But I think we have to acknowledge it. And here's the thing. I'm sure at some point, Kath, you won't be able to come round here. Either you'll be in lockdown or I'll be in lockdown. And isn't it weird that we can say that so freely now without even it's almost definite one of us, at least, will be in lockdown.
Yeah, because it won't necessarily be that we're ill, but someone near us starts showing symptoms. That's the end of that.
I got the call today saying the youngest he's got a persistent cough. There's all these phrases now, persistent cough. So he's been put into isolation in school. Can you go and get him? I was like, yeah, of course I'll go and get him. But then there's all conversations about, well, if you go and get him and it is, then you'll have to go into lockdown for 14 days. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm all set. I'm ready for that. I'm expecting it. I've got tins of food in. I've got some stuff in the freezer. I'm all right.
Yeah.
And I got there and he was coughing a lot. And when we got home, he stopped coughing. And I think it's because he'd been doing athletics, cross country today. And he did really well, actually. He came second in his year. And the cough went, and he didn't have a fever. I checked his temperature. His temperature was perfect, and he's not coughed, and he's fine. He's absolutely fine. His throat wasn't sore or anything like that.
But actually brilliant at the school to sort it out straight away.
Right. And that's where we're at now. There's all these little phrases that are thrown around. And my ex was saying, well, do I have to tell work? I said, well, let's just give it an hour. Let's just give it an hour. Within an hour, he was absolutely fine. You've seen him tonight. There's no cough or anything like that. But that's where everyone's this heightened thing. But I was all set to phone you to say, I've got the boys at my house. You can't come round for 2 weeks now. That's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. It's the weirdest thing. And it is insane. And it will get worse. It will get worse before it gets better. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying that because if you listen really carefully, I am saying it will get better.
Yeah.
It'll get worse before it gets better, and it will get better.
But I am also reassured by the fact that there is a plan. We all know if someone in the house or if we start showing symptoms, what the procedure is.
Yeah, I'm all set to go. I'm all set for it. I've got toilet paper, enough, not stockpiled. Got loads of tins of soup, because when I saw this was coming, both you and I, a few weeks ago, did quite a big online tin shop. And then I cancelled loads of it, thinking I was being a bit para. I should have kept it all up.
I remember when I told my mum, she kind of rolled her eyes a bit.
Yeah.
Today I took her some toilet rolls. You're welcome.
and that's where we're at. And it will get a little bit darker before it gets a bit lighter.
I think everyone just has to find, and there's been a lot of talk about this, but I think it's true. Everyone's just got to find what the new normal is. This week has been the one where everyone's realised that this is happening, and so there's been panic. But hopefully things will start to settle down soon.
I get to see the tweets to the radio station
on
my laptop now. And I do feel this radio station is responsible. We can't control the tweets that we all receive, of course not. But I do think there have been elements in this station and comments made that seems to alert weirdos, oh, there's something for us over here. And here's one from a guy called Mark, talking about China. Everyone marvelled at the hospitals they built in 10 days. They weren't hospitals. They were covers so satellites couldn't see the mass graves.
How does he know that? Is he a spy?
He will believe that, though. He will believe that.
He will have seen something on YouTube, a documentary, I believe they call themselves. I mean... But, who was it? Was it David Baddiel said that conspiracy theories make stupid people feel clever?
Yeah.
It is about people feeling powerful when they have no power, isn't it? I know this, so therefore I've got one up on everyone else.
And I suppose we all need an enemy, and the Chinese are an obvious enemy because it's communist, because they've got a lousy human rights record. So there are legitimate, if you're against communism, I'm not a fan of it, but there are legitimate reasons to dislike China. And then when you have a racist president using that phrase to the Chinese flu to describe it, it can actually be proper.
Did you hear his explanation, though?
Oh, go on.
They said, the reason I'm using it is because they said the American GIs have brought it over. I went, oh, right, okay, so it's tit for tat, is it? Big fella.
We're taking calls straight to air between now and midnight. Let's do that and see what happens. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you are on the wireless.
Evening.
Whoa! I can hear you. I can hear you breathing in, ready to. Evening.
The verbal springboard jump.
It was like someone had squeezed your balls. Has someone squeezed your balls, Alistair?
I've had a great day today. I had a great night's sleep last night. First night in a long time.
Why not?
Nice one. What did it feel? What did it feel like? Please, Alistair. What did it feel like?
It was marvellous, man. Yeah, so much.
Will you stop that?
Look on board. What this I've created something, Ian, for you. Now,
it's a sculpture out of feces.
A cappella version of the first verse of "This Town Ain't Big Enough" for the both.
Okay.
So I have recorded it because obviously, it's a professional venture.
Yes.
I hope to go into the singing bit. I just need to get this goddamn other phone sorted out. If you just...
You're not back on the booze, are you, Alistair?
No.
I'm joking.
Time is she in your time. The mammals are your favorite type, and you want her tonight. Heartbeat, increasing heartbeat. You hear the thunderous stampeding rhinos, elephants, and tacky tigers. Sit down and pick it up for the bus. Darling, may you finally.
What did you think?
I thought
it was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Just a quick question, Alistair. Have you ever heard the original?
That was cruel.
I'm only joking.
That was a low blow.
Oh, it was a low blow. No, I thought it was lovely.
Ian was lovely, and Catherine, you just destroyed me.
I'm really sorry. I'm not putting you through to boot camp.
Alistair, it would have been a yes from me, but we have to say no because of Amanda Holden over here. Thank you. 03444991000. Let's have a bit of fun, shall we, for 30 minutes? Let's take some calls straight to air, and then we'll see if we can do a Periscope love bomb and spread a little bit of love. A little bit of love around the world.
Safely and without any contact.
Oh, yes. This is Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000, the Late Night Alternative. We are Gracie Fields and George Formby here to entertain you. Now, I've fiddled about with my settings, and I wonder if I've given myself too much top. Not enough bottom, because I feel like I'm a little bit tinny now. And we'll play around with it, guys.
Doesn't have to be perfect tonight, does it?
Call straight to air. Don't swear. Don't be libelous. Certainly don't be racist. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Hello.
I thought we could have a bit of fun, seeing as you just said you wanted to have a bit of fun.
Yes, please.
I've prepared... I've done work. I've prepared a Family Fortunes quick round style quiz.
Oh.
I'm in. Kath's out.
Cool.
You out?
Well, I mean, the quizzes. All right, well, go on then.
She's done homework. She's done homework. I'm in, Bobby.
Okay.
I'm in.
Right. Do we need to have like a timer, or we'll just do it?
Flipping heck, man. All right, hang on a minute. Let's get some music. That's not it. Here we go. Here we go.
It's Family Fortunes, and tonight's families are Duncan,
Ian, Lee family,
Jim, the McDermott,
the Lee family,
and dinner playing,
the boy Catherine and her family, the
Allison, the
Boyle
family. Here's your host,
Bobby. There you go.
How's that?
That was great. I love that. Okay, ready. Name a colour.
Red.
Blue.
Okay.
What?
Name something made out of wool.
No, hang on. What? Hang on. Are we just doing the double money bit?
I'm doing like, you know what they do at the end with the... And then, you know what I mean, like the one right at the end.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we're doing it one at a time then.
Stop. Okay. Right, you go first, Catherine. The first person gets 30 seconds. Ready, steady, on your marks, get set, go.
Go.
Okay, name a colour.
Blue.
Okay. Name something made out of wool.
A jumper.
Okay. Name a car brand.
Vauxhall.
Okay. Name a sport played with a ball.
Football.
And name a famous scientist.
Einstein.
Your time is up.
Okay, so...
Have you seen Family Fortunes, Bobby?
Yeah. I have.
Sounds like you didn't enjoy it.
I went to watch Les Dennis do Family Fortunes.
I bet it was good fun.
They scooted us. They put all the old ladies in the front row and they scooted all the students to the sides where they weren't being on camera.
Oh, that's not fair.
It was
All right,
fun.
what happens now, Bobby?
You have to go, don't you?
Yeah, yes, well, I don't know. It's your quiz. Yes, okay.
I'm guessing same questions.
And I get 25 seconds. Catherine, you count us in, please.
Go.
Okay, name a colour.
Green.
Okay, name something made out of wool.
Scarf.
Okay, name a car brand.
Volkswagen.
Name a sport played with a ball. Sorry.
Tennis.
Okay, name a famous scientist.
He was slow on the questions. Bobby was slow on the questions.
There is a delay on Bobby, yeah.
There's a delay on Bobby.
Let him answer the last one.
No, the time was out. The time was out, and we have to stick to the rules.
Okay. Sorry.
What happens next?
Okay. Seeing as you got 0 on the last one.
All right, mate.
Blue was actually the top answer, Cass.
Yes.
Where did you get these answers from?
People.
Online. It was like a drop-down thing. You click it with the question and the answers with the numbers.
Which I think is where they get their answers from.
They do a survey.
No, they don't.
Yeah, survey 100 people.
Cass also got the top answer for wool.
Yeah, but how many points did she... How many points?
Oh, altogether, Ian got 33 and Cass... Ian got 33.
Yeah.
And Cass got 211.
Oh dear, mate, that's embarrassing.
What? Get off my... Get off the... Go away. Goodbye. Go away. What a waste of... What an... 33 and 211?
You wanted to do the quiz, man.
I thought we were supposed to be on the same team if you're doing double money. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Baby, shouldn't have let you go. Now you're about to fight your
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. No, me neither. I'm going to, I was going to say learn. It's not learning. It's I'm going to... Relearn knitting. Used to knit when I was a kid. Used to knit when I was 7. So I'm going to knit. And I'm going to knit good, fair. And I will knit a scarf and booties for babies. If you've got a baby coming, I'm going to knit some booties. But I'm going to knit scarf. And, but I don't know what kind of needles to get.
Depends how thick your wool is.
Well, this is it. I don't know. I looked online for about 30 seconds.
I've got needles if you want to borrow them.
Okay, are they good ones?
Yeah.
Have you got wool?
Yeah.
Okay, well
I've got a whole knitting basket that I'm not using at the moment. You can have it.
Okay, well I will have them in that case.
All
I'll
right.
have them. Oh, brilliant.
Well, not keeps, but just till the fad wears off.
But it's not a fad.
Okay.
Oh, listen, here's the thing, right? You laughed at me for not touching the audience of our show in Cardiff. Now you don't touch people. You laughed at me for saying, I'm going to get some tins of food in. Thinking about, now you've got some tins of food in. You're laughing at me for thinking ahead when the Gap and Next, Marks and Spencer's go bust. And you can't buy clothes nowhere. I'll be making my own man-made
you'll
clothes.
be naked, but with scarves. And I'll be laughing more.
I will be making scarf and booties. Okay. So I'm going to make a baby. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now.
Was that woman all right? Do we need to send...
Tell me, baby, because I need to know now.
Do we need to send the police?
That's not Alif's karaoke party, is it?
Oh, my God, it sounds awful. It sounds awful. Are we surrounded by a cat? There's a cat there. George is there. Patty's behind me on the sofa. Where are the big girls? Isn't that funny? George and Patty have come to be near us, the silly little sausages. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We're all feeling a little bit... very keen to speak to anyone who's actually doing the 17 or 14-day self-isolation. What day you're in. I mean, I'm not doing self-isolation at the moment. I'm counting this really as kind of day 5 of the whole thing in the UK. It's longer than that, but I'm counting it as day 5. And if you're doing the self-isolation, I'd love to know, how's it going? 0344 499 1000. Line 3, you're on the wireless. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
Hello. It's Steve here.
Hello, Steve. What you got for us?
I was just thinking, when you was doing the Family Fortunes a minute ago, do you remember the one with the guy who kept saying turkey?
That
on the quiz thing, and he just kept saying turkey all the time with one of them. He just couldn't get out of saying turkey for all the answers.
Hang on a minute. Do you mean this guy? Hang on.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey. The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey. Food often stuffed. Turkey. I said to you,
so pissed off.
Name something people take with them to the beach. You said...
It's found just stood there giving me it's an old boy.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket, the answer was... and the survey gave you... a food often stuffed, you said... and that gave you...
yeah, I do remember it now, Steve. Thank you for that. It's very funny.
His family were they're looking at it as if he was sort of like just totally gone.
There's a guy there who looks like his brother, looks very similar, and he's just staring at it as if to say, as soon as we get out of here, I'm actually going to murder you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice one, Steve. Thank you for that. 0344. Oh, did you have something else? Go on.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I was just out the other day and some homeless guy was about, and I give him a sandwich. And I just thought, isn't it crazy now that we haven't got any change because most people do things with cards now to give them?
Wasn't there a thing? Weren't they giving homeless people cash machines? The cardless, contactless.
Oh, really?
I'm sure.
That rings a bell.
I read that they were doing that recently, like within the 6-12 months that they were doing that. But also, there was a weird moment today in the supermarket, Steve. You talk about handing people stuff. I had some apples and the packet split and 2 apples fell on the floor. So I grabbed one and then a guy, and I was thinking, well, do you know what? I'll still take these apples. I don't mind if the stuff's dropped on the floor. I'll get it home, give it a wash. So I picked up an apple and then a guy picked up an apple and handed it to me. And so I put it on the shelf. I thought, nah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Maybe wouldn't open with it, though. Okay, Steve, thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. Call straight to air for another 20 minutes. Then we'll do a little bit of Periscope love bombing. This is the late night alternative, Catherine.
I've got a thing about the card readers. We can do it after.
These will keep them listening.
Yeah, of course it will.
Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is a number you'll get through to me and Iain Lee, who's here.
You left not a shield, a shawl, that's it. You left a shawl here yesterday.
Yeah.
And I wore it, nothing pervy, but I wore it up to bed because it was cold when you left. I saw it on the floor and went, oh, I'll wear that up to bed. And I've been wearing it all day. I love it.
They're so cosy, aren't
they? I'm gonna commandeer that one. I've left my scent on it in the only way I know how.
Oh, God.
But I love it. I was walking around. I think I look cool. The boys loved it when they saw it. It feels warm. Keeps you warm. You've got to put the heating on. You feels warm. I'm shawling it up. I'm wearing a onesie at the moment.
Why do you think women have been wearing shawls for centuries?
Because
they work.
Because they know.
Just work.
Sam, get ready with this one. I don't think it will last very long. Line 2, you're on the wireless. Hello?
Oh, is that me?
No, it's not. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello there, Ian. Hi there, Catherine. How are you? How's
Hey,
the
June.
cats? How are the cats?
You're a cat.
And how are the cats?
George is asleep
How are
on the
the
swivel chair. Patty is asleep behind me on the sofa. I've got no idea where the big girls are. I do know that there was a dead mouse in the house earlier on, and George got it.
Oh, blimey.
But he's just trying to... He's getting his bollocks chopped off on Monday, so he's just having the last few days of being a geezer.
We're letting the lion roar for a bit.
Just last few days of being a geezer.
And Willow?
Willow
She's
is...
not having her bollocks chopped off,
She's
no.
as surly as she's ever been. It's fine.
Willow hates you, doesn't she?
She tolerates everybody.
Yeah, she really is.
She reminds me of you a lot.
She's a stuck-up cow.
I know, but it makes it all the more delightful when she actually is affectionate.
She's a cutesy. We got the best cats in the world. What can we do for you, June?
I just wanted to welcome you to my self-isolation unit.
Oh, here we go.
What's happening?
Not a lot. I'm in. I'm not allowed out.
And so you're at home, right?
I'm at home.
And are you at home on your own, or have you got people isolating with you?
No, I've got Rachel.
Okay.
We're not actually properly isolating. We're sort of keeping away from as many people as we can.
Well, then we have to use the correct terminology. That is social distancing.
Mm. Oh, is that what? Oh, yes, of course.
That is social distancing. Isolation is where you cannot even leave the house. You can go in the back garden, but you can't leave the house.
But she won't let me leave the house.
Well, that's a little bit
So
of...
I think I'm on self-imposed
what happened to Baby Jane, isn't it? Yeah, don't watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
No, it's the wheelchair, isn't it? That's what it
Yeah. Yeah, it's good, that film.
well,
Actually, I'll watch that.
Rachel's going out. She's got to find food for her father, my ex-husband, who I haven't sort of been with for 20-odd years.
Yeah.
And she's running around finding him shopping.
Good luck with that. Well, let's say good luck with that. I'd say good luck with that. That was me contributing slightly to the panic. No. It's out there. It's out there. I'm very lucky. My Tesco had a load of stuff in it, a load of fruit and veg. So I bought a load of bananas, bought some pears, and I bought some apples and some satsumas.
The situation I'm finding is you might not get everything on your list, but you can pretty much find an alternative or get around.
Got some ready meals for the freezer, a couple of pizzas, and what's gone is meat, eggs, although there was some meat actually, eggs and toilet roll. But in the local butcher's got loads of meat.
We were lucky because we got a Morrison's ordering before all this lot started taking off, all the panic.
Yeah.
So
I've got one booked for the 31st. I've got one booked for the 31st of March, and now they're all closed. So.
Yeah, I tried to do one today, and I managed to fill my cart up, and then it said, "Sorry, no slots."
Yeah, but if people are also corner shops, like the small independent corner shops are doing all right for food and stuff. So check those out as well.
Like the little cost cutters and places like that.
Yeah.
The little small
everyone's going to the big supermarkets.
Yeah.
You're not worried, are you, June?
Food. No, I'm not worried.
Good. There's I genuinely don't think there's any reason to worry. It might get uncomfortable, and it might be you don't get toilet paper. I mean, but it will be all right.
You've got a hand or a sponge or something like that.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's it.
I was talking to a woman. I was talking to in the queue in Tesco's today. There was an older woman, and we were. She was there when I was asking the cashier if he'd had any abuse, and he said, "Yeah, without toilet rolls." And I said, "Well, people can live without toilet rolls." And I said to the woman, "I said I'm old enough. My nan in her house, my great grandmother." In her outside toilet, used to have bits of newspaper in there. She went, "You're not that old." I said, "Yeah, used to have them." Yeah, newspaper on a nail. Yes, thank you. And I've lived through that. I hated it. I've lived through that, and I'll live through it again if I need to.
I mean, I can remember. I mean, when I was little, I lived with my grandma because my mother died when I was a baby.
Yeah.
But she had an outhouse, and she used to thread pieces of newspaper on a bit of string and hang them on a nail.
Yeah. I used to, June, thank you for that. I'm going to take a call in a second. Thank you, June. 0344 499 1000. I used to hate the outside toilets. Just dark and dirty.
I never used them, but my mum
hated
tells me about them.
We're going to take a call that we wouldn't normally take because I feel a little responsibility just to check in on this person, just to make sure that everything is A-OK in current times. Good evening, line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Hello, line 2, switch your radio off, Chris.
Sorry, I do apologise.
That's all right, mate. How are you doing?
I'm okay, how are you?
Yeah, you know, a little bit anxious.
Why? Because I phoned you.
No, because the coronavirus might kill my mum.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, it's true. That's why I'm a little bit anxious.
And I speak to my dad. My dad is, he's petrified.
Yeah,
I said, don't panic so much, Dad.
You're not worried about it?
Well, no. I'm not in my 70s. Mind you, I did have pneumonia about 2 years ago. But no, I have
Good,
started
as long as you're not worried about it. We are not here. This show is not about creating panic. It's about seeing the joy wherever we can.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So what can we do for you tonight?
Do you know, when people are saying they're not going out so much and out doing computers. I used to work many years ago, Ian. Hello, Catherine, as well.
Hiya.
Hello. And somebody phoned me up earlier. Oh, can I fix their granddaughter's computer?
Gosh. You're the IT department, are you, for the village?
Pardon?
You're the IT department for the village, are you?
What do you mean village?
It was a joke, Chris. It was a joke.
I live in South Wales, so we don't you cheeky git.
And there we go.
Okay. So did you fix it?
No.
Unlucky.
I can't do it anymore.
No.
I can't. I even spoke to his granddaughter, and she was trying to tell me what, and I was trying.
Okay. All right, Chris. Well, listen, thanks for your call. We're going to move on because we're doing calls straight to air. You take care of yourself. 0344 499 1000. Last night we had a couple of calls that left me feeling very uncomfortable. I didn't really carry them around much after, but there were a couple of calls where I thought, that was unfair. That was unfair. What was said there? That was unfair. And I've been really thinking today, and I was going to start the show with this, but it felt a little bit miserable, so we'll do it now. I'm going to set rules. I'm going to set rules that if either or both Catherine and I feel that we are being, choose my words really carefully, manipulated in an unfair way, we both, if one of us feels it, we can terminate that call. We've not talked about this, Catherine. I've been thinking about this a lot, and you know to what I refer.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. We're human beings going through this as well. Okay, we are going through this as well, and we are doing our best to make these shows as upbeat and as fun as we can be. We're really making an extra special effort, and actually, it is more fun because we haven't got a 2-hour drive into work. God, doesn't that make a difference?
Cute.
I mean, you're driving to me, it's 50 minutes, but you're not driving through central London, you're driving through the countryside.
I know.
And then
I see owls.
See owls. And then we haven't got an hour and 30-minute drive back home. It makes such a difference. So actually, the enthusiasm is not faked, right? But we are both going through this thing as well, and we both have fears and anxieties and worries. I know I've cried a few times. I don't know if you have, Catherine. I don't know. You've got other stuff going on.
That's the thing. I've got other stuff going on that I don't want to go into at the moment because it's not my story. No. But that's kind of was was the thing that was frightening me before this. So I don't really. It's a weird thing, and I don't wonder if anyone else understands this. Where you're already up there, you're already kind of in survival mode, where you shut down everything else, and then something else happens, and you just kind of get a little bit. No, I would say like numb or like in a bit of a trance. I'm just concentrating on what's necessary and what I can do at this point, because otherwise I will go crackers. But I did get an email today that nearly tipped me over into sadness about what's going on, and that was the final email from my eldest daughter's school.
Okay, yeah.
And it was just the headmaster wrote this beautiful email about how sad and sorry he is that that the kids aren't going to be able to do all the fun things and all the memorable things that he had planned for them. A lot of them are leaving school this year, and he's not ready to say goodbye to them, and that's when it kind of hit home for me. But yeah, like I say, there's other stuff going on with me and my family at the moment.
You just reminded me of the phrase "a tit in a trance," which I've not heard for years.
But
that doesn't mean a breast, does it? A hypnotised
a tit
breast.
in a trance.
Yeah, just means an idiot.
Yeah. But no, I feel I get into a bit of an altered state when I'm put under this amount of pressure, and I was already under pressure before then. So anyway, what I'm saying to you is, we're people who care, and we do really care, but I will not be taken advantage of.
That's exactly the thing, and I do think, I'm not going to say any names, it'd be completely unfair to, but you'll certainly know the cause if you listen. I think a couple last night took the piss out of us, and I didn't come away sad or upset or going, oh my god, I came away angry that some people could take advantage of our good nature. Now, if the world wasn't falling apart, we could cope with that, and that was fine, and we'd have a different conversation about it. But we are both going through this as well. We both have kids. We both have parents that we are concerned about. We're going through this as well. So I will not allow people to walk over me or Catherine, and Catherine will not allow people to walk over me or her. So if we feel that something is going, we'll end it politely, we'll end it with respect, and we will end it with love, but we will not let people take the pee.
I also think for the good of the people concerned, we cannot take on their troubles, and we cannot. We have to underline that we are not mum and dad, and we can't be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
And for people to express disappointment that somehow we've come up short is unfair.
So basically, Barry and from Watford and David Babcock, you were out of order. No one was out of order. No one was out of order. I'm not in any way. I don't want anyone to sit there going, oh my God, are they talking about us? They must hate me. No. We don't hate anybody, but we have to protect ourselves, because this is very, very emotionally challenging for everyone. With that in mind, I can see we've got loads of calls lined up, so we'll carry on doing straight to air for a little bit longer. Then we might do a Periscope love bomb. No, we will do a Periscope love bomb. We'll send a bit of love around the world. Don't phone in for a little bit. We've got another hour. This is the late night alternative, weeknights from 10 with Catherine Boyle and me.
Talk Radio across the UK. Late night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
dear listener. The Late Night Alternative, Monday to Fridays, 10 o'clock on Talk Radio. I'm Iain Lee. Kath is in my kitchen, making a decaf cough. I should flag up. When is it? Not this. We're here next week. I think the week after. We've got a week off. Sorry. I know. I booked it for half term or Easter holiday with my kids, and still going to have it. The place I'm going to is saying they're still. It's like a log cabin, but with like loads of log cabins, and they're saying they're still going to be open. I can't go to that, can I? I'd love to. I mean, I suppose you can isolate in the log cabin, but then what if you don't get any food to take there? So we probably won't go, but I think what we might do is if the weather's nice, we're going to camp in my back garden. What's going on? Bit busy, mate.
I'm down in the kitchen and there's 4 pairs of eyes looking at me.
Yeah, bit busy. I'm doing a radio show, mate.
Funny cats, man.
Okay. So the boys are going to be staying here, and we're going to be doing, making dens and sleeping in the garden if it's warm enough and stuff like that. 0344 499 1000. We're going to take calls straight to air because I feel it's kind of what people want to do at the moment in this very peculiar time. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Oh, hi. Blimey, it's been a long time since I've got this number, but I've got a question. I'd like to put it to the public, please.
Okay.
Right. It's an interesting one. Let's say a family has split up. Mum and Dad now live separately.
Yeah.
There's a child arrangement order in place. It's all gone through the courts, and the court states that Dad has the child for some of the time in the week.
Yeah.
That includes overnights and weekends with Dad. So both parents have got full parental responsibility. Now, Mum is a nurse, therefore a key worker.
Right.
And due to her job, she's potentially going to be exposed to coronavirus.
Right.
Now, Dad is working from home because he works in IT. And these management...
Right. Instead of I don't know who you are. Instead of talking like this, are you talking about yourself?
I am, yeah.
Right, then say that, because it makes it more human. It makes, and just, I would suggest slightly lose the tone, but listen, I know you're scared and you're in a strange situation, but we can work our way through this. But so tell us. So this is your situation. Carry on.
Yeah, it is. It is my situation. I am very scared. There's a lot of bits and pieces going on, but essentially what's happened is I can work from home due to my job in IT. Last week, I've spent a lot of time with managers to try and get this sorted out. Mum has now declared to my child's school that the child has got to stay in school because she's a key worker.
Right.
And is refusing to allow me to look after my child at home during the week.
That belongs to that is parented by both of you, yeah?
Yep, absolutely. Now, government and health guidelines are that children are to stay at home if possible.
Right.
But Mum is denying this.
Right.
She's refusing it point blank. She's told the school she's a key worker, she can't get time off, so the child's got to stay at school. I've spoken to the school and said, hang on a minute, I've got parental responsibility here. I should have.
How many days a week? How many days a week does the kid stay with you?
A couple of days a week.
Which days?
Plus more.
Sorry?
Plus more. On average, 2 or 3 days a week.
Okay. Which days? Saturday and Sunday?
Usually a weekday and a weekend day. Potentially sometimes all weekend, depending.
Do you know what my initial reaction is?
Okay, go far away.
Kid goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
You try and keep things as normal
why do you feel the child should go to school? If the school,
like you said,
is saying that on their guidelines, if a parent can look after the child at home, and that child is going to be separated from all of their friends, because this afternoon I've spoken to.
You know, this is here's the thing.
This is the first time we've ever been through this, okay? So people are tiptoeing through this, hopefully as carefully as possible. Some people are running through it in big old hobnail boots. I don't know the situation between you and your wife. I'm getting a real anger from you that's making me uncomfortable. I don't know if you're aware of it. I also don't know if that is how, and I'm not, it's not my business, but I don't know if that's how you speak to your ex-wife. I don't know what the relationship is between the two of you. If she feels that they should be, if she has the majority of the parental care and she feels they go to school and you can't reach a compromise where the child stays with you, well, then the kid goes to school.
This is the thing. Initially, through some conversation, the child was going to be staying with me in the week. And then behind my back, she changed it at very short notice, doesn't tell me. And then when I get into the school...
So how did you find out? How did you find out? How did you find out she didn't tell you?
Through speaking to the school directly, because the school was sending messages to parents.
Okay, well, I can't help you with your broken down relationship with your ex. It's a shame it's worked out like that. I would really, and I know you're angry, but I'm finding it's making me very uncomfortable, and I don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. I was more interested in the public's opinion in whether the public would say, yes, if a parent could look after the child at home...
No, you were hoping that everyone would phone up and agree with you.
You know something? Maybe and maybe not. I'm open doors to an opinion due to certain...
Why don't you speak to her?
She refuses to negotiate.
Well, I suspect, working backwards, that there has to be a reason that she refuses to negotiate.
Yeah, there are particularly awkward circumstances due to that.
For example?
She's lied quite a few times in regards to circumstances. She's made allegations against me. She's also stated that apparently she's got sole custody of the child. Where
and what about you? What have you done wrong in this?
What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? Try to be
because you come up very quickly with a big list of things that she's done, and these things are never one-sided.
What have I done wrong? Potentially in the past, didn't listen to the circumstances that she had at work. I'll say that due to her management.
Do you have a temper?
No.
That's never been an issue?
No, never, ever, ever, ever.
Because at the start of this call, and you're calming down a bit, at the start of this call, you were very, very angry, and I get it. You want the best for your kid.
I'm frustrated, yes. Because sometimes I feel
it came over as anger.
The rights of dads are sometimes being negated for mums who declare, oh, look, I've got sole parent responsibility.
Why can't you still see your kid at the weekend?
And then all of a sudden you've got the situation where dad's saying, hang on a second. That's not
but this is no. But this is, listen, if we were having this conversation 6 months ago, my answers to you would be wildly different. But we're having this conversation now. These are unusual times. Everybody's guessing. Everybody's guessing what is the right thing to do.
Dare I ask, it's an awkward question. I mean, do you have children yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so are your children at school?
No.
So your children are still in school?
No, they're not at school.
Right, okay, so your children aren't of school age?
No, My children go to school. Their school closed today, but I believe I've got a feeling that my wife would be considered what do they call it? A key worker.
Key worker.
And I know that she has custody of the children. They're upstairs right now, the boys, and I know that she has been talking to the school. Working out whether the boys could drop in at some point if for example I couldn't have them if I were ill or if I were working, and working out what the situation is. And I am allowing myself, as she has major custody, she has custody, I'm allowing myself to be guided by her and putting in my opinions. So we have considered the possibility of the boys going to school at some point.
You've got some legal custody, some contact with your children. But
it's not really about me, though, is it? I mean, my situation... No. My situation is wildly different.
If let's say next week...
My situation is wildly... No, I'm not playing this game. Hello? When I'm talking, they can't hear you.
Sorry, go on.
My situation is wildly different to yours, so any comparison is irrelevant.
But this is the question I'm asking the public. If a parent can look after the child at home, if that is a possibility, and the guidelines say that if a parent can look after the child at home...
I think you're not telling us something. I've just got a feeling that there's something you're not telling us, because you've painted her out as a bitch, and you as just a misunderstood kind of guy.
I could say other things, but I'm not going to, because that would be inappropriate.
Well, no, the fact that you've said that already paints a picture in her head, and you said that she's a liar and she does things behind your back, and you're just a misunderstood guy. Now, that might be. Yeah, okay, I don't care. That might be the case, but it very rarely is it as one-sided as that. I just think there's something missing from this story that you are unprepared to tell us, or you are blind to.
Maybe I'm being a little bit blind. That's why I'm asking the opinion of the public. Saying, right, okay, if Mum has this, arrangement order through the court, so Mum has a live with order, but Mum must make sure that
you keep going back to a court order and stuff. We are in times where those kind of things are out of the window. Do you not see what's going on in the world? Do you not see what is happening? Those things, those arrangements are gone.
I see it on a daily basis due to the nature of just not my work, but the ex-wife's work and my partner's work.
Great. Okay. So you can still have the child at weekends, right?
Yep.
Beautiful. Fine. Enjoy those moments. Treasure those moments. And respect the fact that your ex-wife is a hero right now, is risking her life, is a frontline hero.
Having also been named in that as well, yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, she's a hero, and I don't know what happened in your marriage. At the moment, it's no interest. She's out there risking her life to keep this country going. May God bless her for all of that. And you treasure those wonderful moments with your child. What do you think to that?
Interesting thoughts, yeah, absolutely. But
we'll try and work on those.
Sorry?
Try and work on those.
I am trying to work on those, but the problem I've got is the perception that's being delivered by that person.
The perception of what? I can't hear you very well. The perception of what?
The deception. One moment, she says...
Mate, we're beyond that. We're beyond that. No, I'm going to let you go because we're going around in circles. I don't think... Sam, I seem to have lost phone box in my screen. I think I've timed out of TeamViewer on my side. There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Well, thank you very much, caller. We're beyond that. We're beyond that. You're obviously very angry and frustrated. I get it. We're going around in circles. We're in a new world right now. We're in a new world. You get your kid... The anger seems to be with your ex-wife. That's what that is. You get your kid at the weekends. Treasure those moments. Really spoil your kid in those moments because we're in a weird world. Try and let the anger go with your ex-wife. Would you think, Catherine? Sorry, you kept quiet there, and I was doing that because I kind
well,
of.
You've been there, exactly.
Yeah.
But what I heard there was someone who wants to win.
Yeah.
And what he said, it's about deception. I think it is, and I don't think it's about this. I think it's about overhanging stuff from their relationship. I may be wrong, but here's the thing: do you want things to be cool for the kid, or do you want to win? Because sometimes those things are mutually exclusive.
I wish you luck, my friend. I know it's tough. I know it's tough not living with your kids, and it's also tough when they're upstairs. You're trying to do a radio show. You know, I wish you luck, and yeah. I mean, if anyone wants to comment on that, you're very welcome. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
34449911000. This is a Late Night Alternative. I'm Catherine Boyle, and I'm sitting here in Iain Lee's home.
Yes, ma'am.
He is here. It's not like a Goldilocks scenario.
My cats, I think, are about to make a baby. I hope that guy doesn't feel we were flippant with him. I think he might do, because we didn't. I expected he was wanting me to go, yeah, you're right, that's bang out of order. I don't know. I think there was something we weren't being told, which is fine. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is. You know, it felt weird that I've not been isolating really, but I've been staying in, and then I went to Tesco but kept away from everybody, and then I went and picked my kids up from school, and I was surrounded by people, and it was all very close, and kind of think, well, what is been the point of the previous 23 hours?
Yeah.
You know, it's very, very strange.
The other thing I think about that conversation that you just had, and I think you did your best there.
Yeah.
I don't think that other person was ever going to be satisfied.
No.
Because this isn't the conversation you can have with anyone else but your ex.
Yeah. I have to say, without giving away too much, getting on the best I've ever done with my ex, you know, because we realise this is bigger than us.
Yeah.
We realise that actually lives are at risk. That I think she was worried that it would be tricky for me to look after the boys when she was working, or I said, we'll make this work. I'll do whatever, because the boys would normally go with her parents for a long time, but they can't go around there.
No.
And I've done, like I would assume a lot of families have done, whether they're together or not. I don't give away too much about relationship, but I've said, we will make this work. Look, if you're ill, I'll take the time off work if I need to. Well, you know, whatever. Or if the boys can come and stay here, I'm doing the show from home, they can stay here while I'm doing the show.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. If you call me at 5 a.m. and say, I've been called into work, she's a reporter, I've been called into work, okay, I'll go and get the boys. We'll make it work. Because this is not the usual divorce. These are the hours you get. These are the... It's not... We've gone beyond that now.
Well, also, time has passed, and I think that... that you've settled into being a family that don't necessarily live together.
Exactly, but I'm saying this for everyone. We are beyond, in this moment in time, we are beyond
Scores.
you've been set Monday and Tuesday, and you've been set... We're beyond that. You know, I did a big shop for my ex today because she wasn't going to get to the shops. Absolutely, my pleasure to do that. She was very surprised. I said, I'm in Tesco, do you want anything? Do you really? Did a big shop. I think as a society, we kind of... And I know it's difficult. Of course it's difficult, and divorces can be very fractious for years after. We kind of got to put all of that to one side. And I guess that gentleman feels that hasn't been put to one side for him. Let's take some more calls. I feel I've given away too many of my secrets. Let's go to line number 3. You're on the wireless.
Hi, it's Paul from Big Amp.
Hello, Paul.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm first time listener actually, and I've just tuned in tonight. And yeah, I just want to say it's a really good show.
Thank you. I mean, these are unusual times, as we keep saying. So I don't know if we're just two dickheads messing around on the radio. That's it. That's the act. If there was an act. So welcome.
Oh no, it's brilliant. I think that's what people need, though. Now, you know what I mean. Like you said, it's unusual times.
Yeah.
But I think in the long run, I think it'll be better for the country.
Nice one. What have you called in for? What can we do for you tonight?
Just basically sharing my moments. I've got the candles on go. I've got my books in front library, just chilling out. I mean, for the past 9 months, I've not bothered with television and social media. I've kind of distanced myself from it all.
Oh,
and,
like you, sir.
You've achieved nirvana.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't bother with it anymore. And, you know, my mental health has improved massively. I just want to say it's not that bad staying in. It's really not. I mean, I do get about. I get about quite a bit as well, but.
Yeah, people are terrified of it, and you know, it will be difficult for families with kids. It will be difficult. It will be difficult, but you know, I don't know how old you are, but when I was younger, you know, we used to stay in quite a lot, and you know.
Oh God, when I was a kid, the punishment would be to send me out.
Yeah,
Because I was the
you
kid
get
that
out of this
would
bloody house,
sitting upstairs drawing or reading books.
So you're right, and do you know what? And I know that Twitter is actually doing all right at the moment, and there's some good stuff on there. I wish they'd switch it off a bit, and people can learn to the person that they live with, know who that person is, know about themselves, learn about themselves.
Absolutely, and I think they'll find out a lot more about themselves and what goes on, sort of thing.
You got a nice little stash of weed there as well, brother.
Time with yourself, you can find your own happiness, guys. So yeah, it'll be.
You got a nice little stash of homegrown as well, there, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
you can spot them a mile off.
Here we go. Now, are you growing it yourself, or have you got a mate who grows it?
Growing it myself.
Good for you. Listen, I'm not the popo. I ain't the federales. You know, and I'm supposed to say, hey guys, don't do drugs, but who's going to listen to me? So yeah, you're nice and chilled. You got a candle going. You're listening to two idiots on the radio, smoking a bit of reefer. Got some books, reading the I Ching, reading the Dice Man. It sounds like you got it sorted, man. I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say I'll be listening more regular.
Nice one, man. We're on Mondays to Fridays, 10 till 1 o'clock, and you'd be very, very welcome. You as our kind of people.
3 hour best of tomorrow night because there's no fake news.
Oh yeah. Let's go to line 2. You're on the wireless.
Yeah, hi there.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Iain, excellent. It's a pleasure to speak to you, sir. Absolute pleasure.
The pleasure is all yours. Yes, what can we do for you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Steve from Portsmouth. It's the first time I've actually called one of these shows in, and the reason why I'm phoning up is to go on. It's about the previous caller, the one who was phoning up with all the problems with his ex-wife, etc.
Yes.
Yeah, and I really would just like to say that he doesn't realise how lucky he is that he actually has contact with his children in any way, shape, or form.
What's happening for you?
There's thousands, literally thousands and thousands of mums and dads out there who don't see their children whatsoever. And I think really what that chap's problem was, what you said yourself, I think he's got really underlying issues with his ex-wife. And because of the recent, all this virus business going on, I think he just wants to put the blame somewhere rather than really what he needs to do.
He's not here to defend himself, and obviously he would. I'm sure he would disagree with that. So let's not. But I don't know what the situation is in that story. I felt uncomfortable when he came on talking in an imaginary situation instead of coming straight out and saying it. I don't know. I don't know what the answers are. Who knows? Do you have kids?
I do indeed, Ian. Yes, I have two. One, I've got a 28-year-old who lives in Canada, and I've got a 6-year-old who me and his mum are separated. Wasn't the way I wanted to end up. Do you see the 6-year-old? Yeah, I do every day. In fact, I'm one of these really lucky people that I see him every day. Once again, I count my blessings for that. Because, as I say, obviously you must know as well, loads of people out there that don't actually see their children. And it's utterly heartbreaking, especially with Mother's Day tomorrow as well.
I'm going to take a punt. Are you 41?
No, I'm 48.
Okay, because you've got a really young voice, and I'm thinking, he's got a 28-year-old.
I was quite taken aback by that, too.
Because originally I'd have said this guy was like 27 or 28 himself. You've got a young voice, man.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing.
You ain't smoking the weed, you ain't smoking the herb. No. And so you see your 6-year-old every day. Well, you're very blessed, and that's what it's all about. And you're right, that is a very fortunate position to be in. And I'm going to be up so early because my boys are here. But man alive, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm so lucky they're sleeping under my roof tonight.
Exactly. And tomorrow night, my little boy will be. Well, I've only got a double bed at the moment, but my little boy will be sleeping next to me. Hopefully this time tomorrow night.
Here's the situation here. I've got 3 bedrooms, right? And ostensibly, the one of the bedrooms is for the 10-year-old, and the loft room is for the 8-year-old. The 8-year-old has never slept in it because I mistakenly said it was haunted, right?
Mistakenly.
I said it was haunted, so now he refuses to go in there, right? So he's never slept in it. And I know the 10-year-old is getting a bit peed off with sharing the bed. So when I go up to bed, I have my 8-year-old boy who will be sprawled widthways across the bed, and I'll have to move him round, and he'll fart and kick me all night, and I love it. I love it. Because in a couple of years, they won't want to sleep in the same bed as Dad.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Yeah, so as I said, when I initially spoke to you, the reason why I did ring up was that chap wound me up. You know, he wound me up because the more he kept going on about, court orders this and court orders that. And I thought, I think he's just got a whole problem with the ex that he needs to go and sort out. And I don't think going on a national radio show is going to do him any favours whatsoever, especially if his ex-wife is listening.
Hey, listen, nice one, man. Thank you. 0344 499 1000. Enjoy. Oh, you see George jump on the swivel chair. Where you going, mate? Hello, buddy.
He didn't expect that to move, did he?
Enjoy the 6-year-old tomorrow. Have a wicked time. That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
0344 499 1000. Let's hear an advert for one of our colleagues, shall we?
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Stop flirting with my cat.
He doesn't do what my cat does. If I bob down and do hi peepo about 3 times, she will run at my face. I think one day she's going to rip it off. 0344 499 1000. You're listening to the Late Night Alternative. I'm Catherine Boyle. You are?
Reading the tweets.
Can you read them with your mouth and voice?
No. Nope. Can't.
Tricky.
We'll carry on taking calls straight to air. By the way, this we're going to mess around with the sound, but we're pretty close, I think, to having this perfect. We're going to do one thing next week that we couldn't even do in the proper studio. My computer, my laptop, is always plugged in. That's where I play a lot of the music. If you hear the songs, or if you hear little clips, or if you for example, if you hear that, that's it. If you hear,
do you want me to do it for you? Rub it in.
No, I totally disagree with Sex with a Robot.
That's me. Now, the last few nights, because we were doing it from home, I've not been able to do that. Got fancy mixers. Thank you to Harrison and a couple of other people online who told me what to get and how to do it. My computer is now plugged in. Monday, we take it to the next level. My computer will be plugged in.
And mine will too.
Catherine is going to have access to audio drops, to music, to all kinds of things. It's going to be bloody awful.
It's going to be noisy.
I offered it to her. I worked out I could do it.
And he said it out loud.
And then a few minutes I thought, why did I do that? That was a really stupid thing to offer. The audio's my bits.
Oh,
it's mine.
Thanks so much for sharing. It shows you're not threatened.
Should we do a little love bomb? We'll keep the lines open. If you want to, if I see any calls coming in straight to air, we'll do it. If you go to periscope.tv/ I'm going to give you a little name to type in a minute. So let me just go to www.periscope.tv/. And this is, we do this a fair bit, and we haven't done it since this kicked off, kicked up, kicked out, kicked on. And we just go and find someone who's streaming online and hasn't got many viewers.
Now, the one pitfall of this, and has not been in the studio...
Oh, Sam.
...is the old dump button.
The old Dumpingtons.
So, Sam, I'm hoping you're feeling alert and awake.
I wanted to kick back and relax.
Oh, no, there's none of that.
Well, these swears aren't going to police themselves.
Oh, here's where we're going. Here's where we're going, baby. Here's where we're going. We're going to go and visit the Bride of Christ.
Yes, mate, there'll be no swearing. Relax.
We're going to go to the Bride of Christ. It's periscope.tv/Bride of Christ 2. It's this
You're going to tweet that bad boy?
I'm going to tweet it. It's this wonderful guy who plays music and is just a joy and a wonderful human being. Oh, God, look at him.
He's topless. He's got a feather boa on. And he's the nicest guy. And we haven't visited him for ages. Everybody. I've just tweeted it. Periscope.tv/Bride of Christ 2. He had one viewer.
Now he's going to have many.
Let's see if we can get it up to 100 before this song finishes. He's such a nice man. He sends me such lovely tweets. He fancies me. He knows I'm bisexual. He fancies me. I'm going to retweet this on here. Let's send this wonderful human being some love.
Those shorts, though, I mean, I know he's losing weight, but they're getting further and further down.
Yes, man, this is what we want. Let's all go in there. Nice messages only, guys. Nice messages only. You are ambassadors for the country. We're up to 95. Let's get it up to 100 by the time he finishes. 96, 103. We smashed it. Can we get it to 200? Can we get it to 200 before he finishes? Get your tablets, your computers, your phones. If you've got the Periscope app, you're looking for Bride of Christ 2. If you haven't, you go to www.periscope.tv/Bride of Christ 2. He was playing to one person. You will never see such an impassioned performance. He thinks he's still playing to one person. We're going to make 200 by the time he finishes. We're up to 186. He's not looking. He will look, David.
No, he's lost in music.
He will look, David. I promise you. 190. Let's get it to 200. He's such a nice man. Keep going. Lane's in there. The Smith's in there. He does look a bit like Stanley Johnson. You're absolutely right. Erin, who we met in Cardiff, is there. This is exactly what we need. He's totes unaware. He is, Andy. He'll be finished in a minute. Paul's there. Periscope.tv/Bride of Christ 2. We've got 227 viewers. It's going to blow his mind. The joy is finding these lovely people and the reaction they give when they realise they've been love bombed like this. What a performance. He thinks there's only one person watching. He's giving it everything. 235. Can we get to 250? Can we get to 250 before he finishes? Song's fading, we're up to 231. Paul, Rhythmic Paul is there. Billy Bob. Izzy. Here we go, 241, he's about to finish. Come on, look. Bobby's there. Nerdy Abby's. Bob's Gill. Mick from Brookside.
Elle says we should all get boas. Yes, we should.
Oh, C is there. Karen. Here we go. He's going to realise we're all here. Surprise him. He might go to another song. He may be a little bit high. You know, in the next coronavirus speech, Boris Johnson says, and we're legalising weed. What?
You've got to keep people in somehow.
Jake is there.
I love the story about that boa. He found it on the floor, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. C is there. Alexander, Welsh boy, John. This is what we need. We need madness. We need eccentricity. We need individuality. We need love. We've got 253. This is insane. Kadonk is there. Definitely stoned tonight. Oh, I want him to look up now. We've got 246.
You know what, though? He'll go back through the comments and read them.
Yeah, he will.
Because he really enjoys it.
This is what it's all about. This is what we need. I think we might do a few more of these over the coming weeks. Hey, Alexander. Hey, John Barnes is my dad. Hey, Nicola. He's away. We've got a break to do. We'll do that in a minute. We didn't do the 22 break, did we, Sam, or did we?
No.
We didn't do it. We'll do it in a bit.
Scott Balks is in the house.
Balks is in there, is he? Oh, Balcony Shirts is in there. This guy's brilliant.
Scott, you'll like this. Greg, he is smashing it. 246. He's not completely naked, though. Sorry, I should let you respond to that, Catherine. Julie, George. Isn't this fun? Hey, Lance is in the room as well. If you're listening at home, you want to join in periscope.tv/Bride of Christ 2.
He's slowing down. Is he going to look?
Oh yeah, baby.
Here we go. He's going to spot it.
Oh my God.
Here we go. To his next jam.
Sexy numbers.
Sexy
what? Are you kidding me?
Sexy numbers.
You guys are freaking crazy.
He said freaking.
Oh my God. It's you guys? All right, what do you guys want to hear? You want to hear the monkeys?
He knows
What do you want to hear? Don't do Toto, Africa. It screwed that up last time.
Screwed that up.
Stop asking for Africa.
Sexy numbers. Yeah, exactly, baby. Thank you, Ian. Hugs and kisses to you, honey.
I love this guy so much. So much.
I'm just going to play this one because it's too good. This is Yumi Zuma, and the song is called Barricade.
Type in, when this is over, we are totally meeting up.
Woo! Thank you, UK babies. God, I love you guys.
Oh, you see, and this is what it's all about, right? We're having fun watching this guy because he's great. He's eccentric. He's also very, very talented. But he can't find the right key.
I'm losing my...
He might also be a little bit drunk.
But it's the joy we get, but more importantly, it's the joy that one person gets. One person gets the thrill. Look, now you thought he was hamming it up before. Now he's playing to the camera.
He's gone all lost in powers.
I love it so much. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? What joy. That's all we want to do. All we want to do is bring a little bit of joy.
Cara, yeah, that boa must tickle.
See what we're going to do? Guys, you carry on watching. We're going to take a quick break because I need to.
I get the feeling it'll still be going when we come back.
We'll come back in a second. This is Talk Radio.
Late Night with Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
We're still watching Bride of Christ 2. Periscope.tv.
What's he doing off camera?
He was you if you were watching, wow, you will have seen some amazing breast dancing, I think.
He's certainly enjoying himself.
I love it so much. Let's take quickly we can take calls as well while this is going on. Yeah, let's go to he's playing Daydream Believer. He's playing Daydream Believer. Yes, line one, make it quick. My favourite person is playing Daydream Believer.
Hello.
Hello, you've gone. Okay, well, let's listen to this. That wasn't me. What a song. This moment for me is sublime. We're watching a drunk older man who fancies me on the other somewhere in America, dressed in a feather boa, playing my favourite song of all time. You're sat here, Catherine. My boys are up there. Everything will be all right. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. Everything will be all right.
Yeah, until you go over there and he never releases you.
That is great chords right there.
He's so drunk.
Oh. They're all the right notes.
Just hit the wrong. Exactly. Do we really need everybody?
I mean, to be fair, if my trousers were falling off, I've had trouble keeping up too.
He's such a nice man. He sent me. We raided him quite a few months ago now, and he sent me so many lovely tweets trying to cheer me up and.
Yeah, he's messaged. Well, not messaged me, but he sent me tweets as well. He's such a nice fella.
A nice guy. I don't know if he's heard this song before, though, if I'm completely honest. He called in as well.
That Jesus he's got on the wall doesn't look very well, does he?
I like the Buddha. The Jesus is. We'll get the end of this. We'll see what he has to say, and then we'll say goodnight to him, I think.
Oh, I've got a feeling he's going to go into a mega mix.
And here's the thing: there are people all over the world on their own. Pairs making stuff that no one gets to see.
He was doing this. This isn't lockdown fever. He was doing this before.
Let's say goodnight to him. Love you, man. Speak soon. We have to.
Oh, great
finish up.
freaking song! Wow. Woo! All right, people.
That's it for the song. Let's keep things going with more music like that.
Who is this person? All right, this is crazy. Okay, Ian, thank you, baby. That was for you, honey.
Sexy numbers. Sexy numbers. I love it. I love it. Guys, if you're sticking around to listen to him, be nice. Be nice. It's, this is, there's no snark, there's no edge to this. It's just a nice thing to do for nice people. And we get 250 of us had a great time watching a guy, in a feather boa playing some fun songs and it was nice to watch. But for me, the real thrill of that is when the person who was oblivious and was performing to 1, 2, 3, 4 people, one person in that case, suddenly turns around and sees the numbers have gone up to 250. And it's nearly always, there was one woman once who was actually scared. And it got very uncomfortable, and we kind of backed out because she was not comfortable.
Do you remember the guy that was getting in the shower for some reason?
Oh, God!
And had his camera trained on the shower, and then it's as if we busted him doing something he shouldn't have been. Probably filming himself in the shower. But that was a strange one, wasn't it?
That was weird. But it's the joy of seeing someone. Oh, we've got a phone call. Let's go to... This may not last very long, so let's just hold our horses. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Yeah, no problem.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Hello there, Ian. Hiya, Catherine. How are you doing? Hello.
Oh, who's this? Who's this?
Turn your radio off.
Sorry?
You will be.
Can you say that again, Ian?
Yes, and you'll hear it in about 15 seconds. Turn your radio off.
All right. Hi, Ian.
Hello, mate. What you got for us?
Still high. Still high.
How are you doing? Ian, just previously there, Catherine, you played Daydream Believer by the Monkees. Have you heard the version by Dan Baird? It was recorded on the top of a mountain in Switzerland. It's from a live album called Redneck Savant.
Why was he on top of a mountain in Switzerland?
Because it was there.
Good question. Good question, but it's a brilliant version of Daydream Believer. It's much better than the original by the Monkees.
Goodbye, God. Really? Cut him off. Yeah, goodbye. Thank you, caller. How dare you?
Poor John. He's been in the house too long.
How dare you? Daydream Believer, the Monkees version, is the perfect pop, isn't it, Georgie boy? It's the perfect pop song. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. We're nearly there. Martin Kellner's coming up in a couple of minutes, 3 minutes. Still got time. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. Can you still hear us, Sam? Just because my computer's done something funny. Good. Okay, fine. Okay, good. Because last time it did that, we lost connection. It's the end of week 1. We are here next week. I think we are off the week after.
Yeah.
Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. That's the key. I will probably be doing a few periscopes and a few streams. I'm with my boys, but actually I'm quite keen to reach out of this house. We won't be going anywhere. We might do a little bit of geocaching, which is safe to do, but we probably won't be going. We certainly almost definitely won't be going away. And I will be keen to, although the place is really keen for me to still go away. I can't go away, can I? Can I?
See how it is. We don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a log cabin with other log cabins. So it's not quite as idyllic as that sounds.
It's less that than the fact that it's a publicly available log cabin and you don't know who's been in it before you. And
I probably won't. They're keen for me to go, but I probably won't. But I will be keen to reach outside for my own sanity. Really, I do. Does this sound winky? I feel like a sense of duty to do this. I've said this a couple of times to people. This feels like the first time ever I've been able to say, actually, my job is quite important. You don't want to get too carried away.
But I feel like we are useful to someone.
From the number of tweets and emails that we've had and comments when I'm streaming on Twitch, it does feel like we're actually doing a service, particularly now, for the lost and the bewildered and the scared and the lonely. And, so I did, we got a week off, but don't
It kind of makes sense of the thing that we built up and we weren't quite sure what we'd done it for at certain points in the last sort of 6 months or so.
So we are going to be here next week. The week after we won't be, but as far as I know, we're here till the end of June. And that this isn't, again, as I was saying to that gentleman about court orders and kids and stuff like that, this is kind of now not really a contract thing. We're here till the end of June. We carry on after that? I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if the world's going to blow up? But up until then, we're going to carry on doing this kind of show where, if there's a big news story, we'll address it. But you can get all of the depressing, the scary, the fearful, or you can get all of that elsewhere. We just want to create a little bit of love, a little bit of light. You just want to, it's not even that, we just want to have a laugh. Just want to have a laugh. So thank you, Catherine. Thank you for coming around this week, and it's appreciated. Thank you for bringing the Pringles. Thank you, Sam, so much for your help. Stay tuned. Martin Kellner's coming up. This, dear listener, of course, it's Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.